Hello, everyone. Welcome to Millie Chan TV. Thank you all for being here tonight. Let me get my banner put up. I want to welcome everybody. I'm not going to get into all of the pleasantries. You all know that I'm appreciative of you being here. I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here tonight. Thank my mods, any content creators that are here. And I want to thank my guests tonight. We have Marquez Burnette. Marquez has been a hot topic since he came on the scene. He's heard things that I've said. He feels a certain way sometimes, but Marquez understands that he's out here now, and so this is what's going to happen. But we're going to be respectful and we're going to listen to him because you all requested him to be here. He's here, and we're going to hear from Marquez. And I really want him to tell his side of the story because everybody has a side. So we need to hear what he has to say. So, Marquez, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you coming.
Thank you, Millie Chan. Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. Um, I guess we'll just get right into it. So you came on the scene, I guess, season 8, and we really saw you when you were talking to Marceau. And that conversation for me set the tone for me because there were some things that you said about Trish, how you weren't there for her, how you couldn't be there for her because whatever she was going through, losing her family, you've never experienced that. Then you talked about leaving, moving upstairs around the corner, and then to Atlanta. So let's just start right there. Oh, y'all hit the like button. For real, real talk. Hit that like button. Do not play with me tonight on the like button. We got Marquez in the
Yeah,
building. He talking.
yeah,
Hit the
yeah.
like button. Let's go.
Hit the like button and share. Hit the like button and share because we definitely gonna get into it tonight, Millie
Let's
Chan.
go. I'm ready.
Um,
I am ready.
thank you. First of all, thank you for having me. Like I
You are.
said, like I told you before, if you guys weren't talking about me or us or our situation, then we wouldn't have a platform. But if you want to start off from, I guess from the beginning of what you guys have seen, you know, when I initially was brought into the situation, like I said before, I wasn't fully aware that it was love and marriage from the get go. It was more or less, hey, we're doing a reality show for my daughter, but like a pilot situation. When she sent me the
Okay.
information on that, it said Love and Marriage Huntsville, which I acknowledged, like, okay, so this is not a pilot, this is Love and Marriage Huntsville. Then she went on to like, hey, Stormy asked us to come on and kind of turned into some stuff. Can we talk about our divorce? And for me, I'm like, we haven't even talked about our divorce. So like you want camera when we haven't even talked about like anything really, So when I initially came into the situation, I was really hesitant, man. I was really hesitant. Not because I was worried or concerned about anything. It was more or less just knowing that what comes with this. And when I was talking to my son, like I said, our communication never ended with any of my children. He was telling me that they started filming at the house, but he wasn't really sure what was going on. My son, he cool, he be in his room, and then eventually he started telling me like, "Oh, I've been asking about you, and about you being a father, and as if you don't talk to me and all that." And I'm like, "What?" So then that's what piqued my interest. And like, okay, so I'm really about to be upset. Like, and I have all the messages when it comes to communication with me and Trish. We never stop talking. Even when I've been in Atlanta, we communicated through Facebook Messenger up until this show. Like
Okay,
literally,
let me
like
ask you this. How
if I leave,
often how often did you communicate? Because the way we got it is that once you left and went to Atlanta, like y'all didn't talk. There was no communication.
that's
That's why the marriage certificate was just a simple document. It's just a
it's not
formality.
that's not true. I think, like I said, I tell people all the time, me and Trish have been together since we were 16, 17 years old. We have a genuine, real life, I thought, friendship, and something that was way deeper. Like, whatever she's saying is a lie. Like, period. Like, it's a lie. And the thing is, I got receipts though. So it's like I don't want to have to pull out screenshots and do all that. I'm getting past that emotion of having to try to prove myself and having to, now I'm reflecting. I'm no longer dwelling. I'm reflecting on what I've done, and I'm taking accountability truly, which is what I was trying to do with Marceau. But coming into it from a reality show, I think people need to understand, and I say this all the time, there's truth and reality. When you start to merge the two, then there's a lot of blurred lines. You don't get to see everything, right? So me coming into a situation with Marcel was, how do you know these guys on the show? How are you intertwined? Well, I know Marcel from working at Monaco, and he needs to stop telling people I work for him. I was a manager at the Scene Lounge, which was a restaurant. He was a manager at the Monaco, which was the movie theater. I'd never worked for him. We worked together. So me and
Okay.
Marcel had a relationship. It wasn't a deep relationship where like we were like we I was part of that six. You know what I'm saying? It was more like I know Marcel. I had my family, and then I came into the situation once I made that decision, thinking, okay, I could talk to Marceau about my situation because he's a man, he's a father, he's been through some things, and then it went left in my opinion. And I think, and what I realized is I should have never used the words "I left." I should have never said I wasn't there for her. I think those words resonated a lot with a lot of people.
Okay,
And
let
when
me
I say
stop
I
you right
left,
there. Can I stop you right there?
yes,
So, when you were talking to Marceau and you said you left, because that is what you said. You said you left because it became a lot. Trish was too emotional, and you could not understand what she was going through because you've never left anyone. That's what you said.
right.
And now, what he said to you was correct. You really can't expect anything outside of your relationship with her that goes on because you're not there. You know, because you said
But
something like, this is the last thing I'm gonna say.
go ahead, finish. Go ahead.
You said something like, when you see his car in the driveway, you want to leave, and I thought that was crazy because I was like, your children are in there, so how could you want to leave? It doesn't matter if it was 20 men in there. Your children are in there. So go ahead. I'm gonna let you keep going.
It's hard for people to understand the history between me, Trish, and Ken. It's way prior
Mhm.
to this TV show years back. Infidelity, whatever you want to call it. Okay, we had an altercation. I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm not scared of Ken, so people need to stop saying that. We're men, so two grown men like this. I'm scared of him because he's big and all that. It means nothing. We're two grown men, right? But we had an altercation, right, in
Did that include
2021.
the pow pow?
Correct. So that situation, right? It doesn't become a I'm scared. I'm not scared for me. I'm scared for him. That was
Hmm.
that people. And when I say crash out, I think people take my emotions and they take it the wrong way
Okay.
because the amount of restraint and the amount of um, courage it takes for me to really not be toxic masculinity and do
Hmm.
exactly what they want me to do, which is crash out. Crash out is a real thing. People go through it every day, and I know that the my purpose is definitely way greater than that, and I think people should know that because I care so much, should know that my kids mean more to me anything. Because I could have been in Atlanta and really just not cared about nothing, but that's the exact opposite of who I am and how it's being portrayed, and that's my issue. Is being portrayed as if I'm absentee, which
Okay,
the communication wasn't there. So
but you have to understand.
hold on. When you said pull up to the house, right? Trish was talking to Ken, and then I never knew. We never discussed. So I was okay. Let me back it up. When we got married in 2006, right?
Okay.
In 2020, right? We went through all whatever we went through from 2006 to 2020. Her sister died
Okay.
in July 2020, right?
Okay.
October 2020, I came home from a friend's house. She was chastising my son like she always does, trying to say that I'm not a dad because he didn't want to play sports because I made him play sports his whole life. She can say I went and got a bottle, whatever. I wanted to leave. I wanted to leave at that moment in time. And when I say leave, I mean leave the marital situation. And that's where the clarity is I never left my children. I left the marital situation first,
But your
moved
children were there.
upstairs.
Okay.
Children,
Okay.
the relationship
Okay.
never.
Okay. You're
Yeah, I
upstairs.
look. So 2020 October, I said F you in this house, right? And I said, and basically I decided to move upstairs to my daughter's room. Like instead of me sleeping in the marital bed, I moved upstairs to my daughter's room. Kids don't even know what's going on. My kids are oblivious. They might you've noticed if you notice my kids, they don't they're such good kids because they've had such a great life and they've really been sheltered from the BS, to be honest. So they're not even paying attention. I moved upstairs for that amount of time just to figure out like, do I really want to stand on this? I decided like after all these years, and I don't have to go into detail because if you've been in a relationship, there's ups and downs and things that occur, and there's resentment and stuff like that. But it was to the point where we were no longer compatible, and it was time for change. You know, for the both of us, for all of us, for
Okay.
us to be healthy. I stayed upstairs in my daughter's room for about 9 months. And at
Okay.
that moment in time, my kids did they were confused. They like, why are you not hugging mom no more? Why y'all not downstairs? They weren't really saying much. They were just more like confused. So I said, in order for us to figure, I said, Trish, in order for us to figure out whether we want to stay married, I feel like we need to take a year apart. I need to move out of this house, so that way when I move out, we can know if we're not together, then we know it's not meant to be. If we come back, then it was meant to be. So the whole idea of me moving out of the when I left the marital situation first, then I left the marital home, and then I left after I moved to my apartment around the corner. Like she said, I was around the corner. I used to pick up my kids from school. I didn't want to change nothing about their day.
Okay.
Nothing. I financially, Trish can never like. That's the thing is she can never say anything financially about me until Ken came in, because Ken came in to overcompensate with his money to
Okay.
where she no longer needed felt like she needed me.
Let me stop you right there, because when it comes to the financial part, she said your father was pivotal in that part because he was the one that was picking up the kids. He was the one because you did not make any contributions. And definitely when you left, your father was the one who picked up the slack. Now that's what she said.
Okay, let me finish this storyline from I mean, not the storyline, but the timeline from 2020. So once I decided to move into my apartment around the corner in Madison at, almost 9 months after 2020, so into 2021, right? At this time, we're not talking about relationships, none of that. In 2021, I was doing everything I was supposed to do with them. I was traveling for work. I was a high level Bechtel engineer. I was flying in and out, and so I had to fly to Atlanta every day, pretty much every twice a week. And eventually, I realized we weren't getting back together. And then some, at some point, I found out that she was, talking to Ken because the Ring doorbell camera situation where she went out of town. Trish would go out of town, and I would watch the kids. When I even watch, I would actually, and I'm trying to be clear. When I first moved into my apartment, I asked Trish, I said, I just want the kids to come over every other week. I brought my kids, my daughter and my son over there for the first time to spend the night. They spent the night. And when they came home, my son called me the next day and said, Mommy said that if we go over there, that she's no longer going to buy us snacks, she's not going to buy us clothes, and she's not going to buy us any toys. She told both of my son and my daughter that. So from that point on, they no longer really wanted to come stay at my house. So I would go stay at the house where they were living at to make it more comfortable for them.
Okay, what was your occupation?
I started out 7 years as a chef. I opened up about 9 restaurants in Huntsville. Connor's, Roost Chris, Embassy, Grill 29. That's where I met Marceau at the Monaco Scene Lounge, and then I became a senior logistics engineer. So I started out at
Wait, wait. When you say you open up like restaurants, like a
I
Ruth
would
Chris,
grand
do
grand
you?
openings.
So you work with the company for grand opening?
Correct. Correct. In
Okay.
07, in oh 07, oh 06 to oh 07, Huntsville had a major build where they built Bridge Street, and then they started building a lot of restaurants, a lot of commerce started coming there. So as you're in the restaurant industry early on, as the newer, better restaurants would come, you would go and open up that. So anytime they open a new restaurant, I was in between '07 and '09, I was opening up these restaurants. And then Trish, my stepmother got Trish an internship at NASA. So she got that job through my stepmother as an intern, and she pretty much worked her way up as a network engineer. But in '09, I went to school for network engineering, and God blessed me with the opportunity to become a logistics engineer off the street. I went into a company, and I basically told him I needed a job, and he took a chance on me, and he gave me a $70,000 job starting off in
And that was in
2009.
Huntsville.
That was
That
in
was in
Huntsville. That was at Lockheed Martin. I started my first job was at Ulista. So Huntsville is a microcosm of military contractors. They have all these
I know.
companies that need to
I
hire
went to
people.
school at A&M, so I know what you're
So
talking
you
about.
already know. So I
Yeah.
got on based on a relationship. It wasn't a degree. It wasn't none of that. The guy took a chance on him, but he gave me what they call provisioning, which is a logistics analyst, and taught me something that had basically has added value through my life since then. So from '09 till March 31st of this year, I have been a professional making over 150,000 a year, and I've been taking care of Trish.
What have you been? What are you doing right now? What is your occupation today?
I'm an entrepreneur. I have three
What does
different
that mean?
brands. Okay, I have two clothing brands. I have a men's care line coming out, and I'm also have various um deals. I pretty much broker different deals in entertainment. So I work with Earn Your Leisure. So if I went into detail, it would be I could give you a lot of detail, but it's more or less I'm a relationship builder and I monetize relationships.
Okay. So now we got that taken care of. Let me ask you a couple of questions. Um, let's fast forward. So you get the paperwork, and usually a contract has exactly what it is that you need to do. Like it's not gonna say if it's about your daughter doing dance, then that's what she's gonna do. But if it's about Love and Marriage Huntsville, it's gonna be Love and Marriage Huntsville because I don't think they would send you a fake contract, right? So you
What are you
had
referring
to.
to?
I
When
mean,
when you say contract, there was an
I'm
appearance.
thinking
It
whatever
was
you
an
had to
appearance
sign.
release.
It was a
It
parents
was it
release.
was it was an initial appearance release because she had been filming with my daughter and she wanted to ask for permission for them to film with her. Never told me what they were filming. She just said it's a love and marriage. Her initial thing as far as in the text was it's a pilot for a dance thing. Then when the contract was sent, it was like, oh, it's love and marriage, but it's kind of like us just doing like a couple scenes. And then 2 weeks later, it was like, hey, can you come film and talk about our divorce? And I'm
Okay.
like, right. And so, but at that moment, I signed it for my daughter at the time because it wasn't under the premise that they're talking about me at the time. It was just like we're on the show, we're just guesting, that's fine. But then
Okay.
when she asked me to talk about the divorce, I said, no, that's crazy, bro. I'm gonna get the lawyers involved. That's stupid. Like, why would you do that? Like, I was really upset because I felt like, why would you even put us in that position to even be on TV when we have so many unresolved issues?
Okay. Well, fast forward to that she's now in a relationship with Ken. Why not sign the divorce? Because at some point you contested it and you all are still married, correct?
Correct. And first, I contested it because she went on there and said that we had no children together, which is crazy. She went on there and perjured herself and said that we have no legal children together. Which means that if I had signed it, which means basically I would have had to prove that I'm the father of my daughter and my son, which is crazy. So of
So
course I'm going to contest it.
so is it still contested and is everything good now and is it filed?
It's all filed. It's contested. We still got court dates to come. Like the people are caught up in this divorce. There's nothing. The only thing that's holding this situation up now is because she
Yes.
went on there saying that we have no children together, which is crazy to me. That's crazy
Right.
work.
Because
After
what was
that,
real
there's nothing.
crazy, what was real crazy is you showing up at that restaurant with that envelope.
Yeah,
And
and they didn't know.
I did. I knew it wasn't no divorce papers. I
No,
have
that
two
that, that
sets.
was the initial that was the initial filing, and that was for her to that was for both of us. Like for me, I brought that out because that was me to initiate it, right? We've already talked about it, but this was our first time having a conversation ever together in one place. So I
Hmm.
knew that I was going to bring this because that's all that you guys have been talking about. So let's go ahead and start it. It was never a divorce paper. That was the initial filing, right? And so that way we could file it and then we can get it notarized together. And I guess she went and got it notarized, on her own and then
Well,
filed
have
it.
you signed that piece of paper she got notarized with Destiny in the house?
No, because I just got it. Like I just literally got that in the mail. And when I went to the courthouse,
Okay,
they
let me ask you
literally
this.
told me that
Let me ask you this. Do you want a divorce? That's the
absolutely
question.
yes, yes. There's nothing. Yes, the
Do you
divorce is
still
not an
love
issue.
Trish? Do you still love Trish? Because you said you was in love with somebody when the show went off tonight. I asked you to watch the show. So
Yeah.
do
Oh,
you
Marcel asked me if I was still in love with Trish. No, I'm not in love with Trish. I love her as somebody that I grew up with. But no,
I could have sworn you said I'm still in love with her.
no.
When you
If you go back, he was asking me a question, and I was making a statement as if see, you're watching a preview. So I was making a statement is if that's what or is that what you're trying to say?
Okay,
Is
so
that
you
I'm
were
in
just
love with her?
repeating what he said.
Yeah, I
You
was
just
I was
repeating what he
repeating what he had already said. Like he was already trying to say I'm in love with her.
said. Okay.
If I wanted Trish back, I could have her back right now. Facts. I promise you. That's why she doesn't want to marry Ken. Like y'all, if she wanted to marry dude, she would have been married him. Do you understand? If I it's never been about me and Trish. And that's the hard part. And that's the thing. That's where my emotion has been displayed is because it was always about her never introducing me to this man that she had around my children. That's it. That's all I wanted. That's it. You moved
Okay,
him in and you didn't tell me.
okay,
And
but like,
but I was
okay, wait
present.
a minute. Like he said, why weren't you there? Because you,
I was there. I was there. I was at my
so she
house
had,
around
she,
I was at my house around the corner. And so how am I supposed to know if they over there hanging out in the middle of the night and when my kids are asleep? How do I know? I'm not over
well,
there
you
when I
got to
put
go over there at some point.
and guess what? When I pull over there in the morning and I saw his car, I'm like, whose car is this? And then that's when I found out who it was.
Yeah,
That's
because
the
you should
whole.
have gone in. You should know who around your kids.
So military, you want me to crash out? Basically,
No,
that's what you're
look,
saying. So
I'm gonna tell you
let's talk about
something.
this.
Let
Let's
me
talk
tell you
about this,
something. Let me
military.
tell you something right now.
No, hold
I
on. You
ain't
want
got
me
no
to
problem
crash out?
crashing out either.
Do you want
We
me
can
to
crash
crash
out
out? Is
together.
what I'm asking you.
We can crash. No, you are in control of yourself, and you will be in
And that's
control of
exactly
yourself.
what I did. That's exactly I was in control of myself, and I made the best decisions at the time to make sure that I didn't do anything violent. I made the best choices, so I made sure that I'm still here, so we can have these conversations. I really just want to move past all of this. To be honest with you,
Okay,
like the
but
emotions is
before we move past it, we got to get these questions because
okay.
people
I'm with
wanted
it.
to ask you questions. Let me ask you
I'm
this.
sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, Chad. I'll be getting a little worked up, and I'm working on my emotions. I'll be talking
No,
to my therapist.
they feel like I'm biased, and I'm just asking questions.
You are a
So
little biased, but it's
how am
fine.
I biased? How am I biased?
Because I feel like like you said, you've had your own relationship. I feel like everybody has their own bias based on their own experiences. So if you see something on TV, right? We're
Let
talking
me tell
about
you what
TV.
I'm biased about. Let me tell you what I'm biased about. My father is a blueprint. Okay, my father is no longer here. He made sure to take care of us after he passed away. He continues to take care of my mother. So my problem with you is this: you left, and you left.
What
There's no
what did I
misunderstanding about this.
leave, Military? What did I
You
leave?
left your family.
What
You
how? What is
left.
that? What is the definition of leaving your family?
You got up, packed up, and went to another state when you have children.
So Military, can you co-parent from another state? Are there people that don't co-parent from other states?
No, I'm not. There are many people that co-parent from different states.
So
I'm
that
talking about this
so why
situation.
I okay, so this situation is exactly what it is, Millie. We're talking about TV and
Okay.
reality, and I
Okay, but
understand
here
what
it
you're seeing
is.
on the screen is not the big picture. I've never been absent. You have when you're in transition and you're growing and you have opportunities. I moved to Atlanta because it's close. I could have moved anywhere.
Huntsville is close. You could have moved. You could have moved. You could have moved to Madison. You could have
I
moved
moved to
down
Madison for a year.
Pulaski
I moved to a
Pike.
Madison for a year. So you'd rather me be like Marceau and basically stay at home and be miserable and do
No,
whatever and
no, no, no,
just so
no,
you can have
no,
your family,
no.
right?
Let me say this because I can't be biased about this. I don't think anybody should stay in anything if they're not happy. That's why I got a divorce. But see,
So then
here's the thing.
okay,
My
I'm
thing
sorry.
is this: I was intentional about my divorce. I knew that I didn't want to be married. I didn't want to have anything else to do with him. He and I took the steps to do what we needed to do to get that over with. You know what I'm saying? We're not still here talking about this piece of paper, that piece of paper. You know, if he leaves, then it's all up in the air. You said, and I'm using your words, you said you left. You said you left.
Bad
And
choice
then
of
I'm
words
thinking,
without giving clarity.
my thing is, you left. Trish had, and I'm not, and here's the thing, this is honest. Her father passed away, her mother passed away. She had kids. You weren't there. And she was like, this is what she said. She said, the person that I wanted to be here for me is not here. I feel like Trish still holds something for you. I feel like when she was on the
Of course she
show,
does. I was a great husband to her. Of course she does. Like
all I'm
Millie
saying is,
I'm sorry. Millie I'm sorry. Hold, hear me out.
I'm listening.
Hear me out. Everybody's situation different. Hey, shout out to your father. You know what I'm saying? He sound like a great man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's situation different. Like my father was a great man too, and he taught me a lot of things, and I held on to that marriage for way longer than I should have. I don't. If I went into detail, I think you probably would understand truly. I think you guys, everybody keep talking about me leaving, right? But nobody's asking why I left. Why don't y'all start asking
Why
why I
did you
left?
leave? Why did you leave? That's a good question. Why did you leave?
Because Trip, because she's a liar. You can't talk to her because we no longer were compatible. We no longer were sexually compatible. She cared more about the gym than she cared about me, right? Her family lived with us. There's so many financial issues. Like if I go into detail, then it's gonna create more problems when we're on a healing path, and I don't want to move back. and that goes back to what you called me, a salamander, right? Because I'm metamorphosing right now. I'm actually growing. Like I'm
Hmm.
actually trying to move past all this emotion of saying, "Oh, I'm not there," and I'm taking accountability for that. That's why I'm back in Huntsville, and nobody's gonna stop me from doing exactly what I should have been doing. I'm gonna take accountability for that. I let my emotions, keep me from not talking to them on being for them. But I'm saying as far as not being there as much as I should have been every single day, like in Huntsville. Maybe I shouldn't have moved to Atlanta. This is part of my growth. Like, I mean, but I'm back now. Like, I'm really, really taking accountability and gonna figure it out. Like, cause that's all that matters.
So
Like,
where are you? They said that I'm rude and I'm being very biased. So let me apologize. I don't mean to be rude,
no, be
but
yourself,
I
Militron.
have
Be
I
yourself.
have my opinion as to how you should be when it comes to, even if you're divorcing, right? If you're divorcing, there should be a conversation like if you just get up and leave. And I can only speak to what I've seen. I heard you
Right.
say
And
you
and
left. You know, I
yeah,
heard you
I'm
say
sorry.
you left because you didn't want to do it. You didn't understand that she was too emotional. And I heard her say that she wanted you to be there. Those are things that were said,
I think
right?
that's the hard part, Militron, is because of you guys, and this is why I've been working on taking the emotion out because you're watching it from that lens, right? If you don't have all the facts, it's hard for everybody to really put it together with all the facts. And so I don't really blame you for what I put out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I know that I
Yeah.
said what I said, but I also said it in a way of trying to protect, like the details of our situation, and thinking that my me taking accountability and saying these words um would give me some kind of like sympathy or empathy, when actuality it was the exact opposite. But I'm thankful for it because it has created a conversation that we need to have more of in our community, is these relationships and these co-parenting situations and these issues, and with marriage, because I don't want
Okay.
to keep talking about the negativity. I feel like we have a lot to
Yeah.
offer, and it's
Because
not
if
just.
you all if because if you all are going to be on another season, you have to have something else to talk about because we can't go back through this.
Yeah, we
And
have a
that,
lot to talk about. We actually, yeah, I'm on the next season, so we definitely have a lot to talk about, and it's a lot of growth happening. You know what I'm saying, for the
because
betterment, and
I saw where Ken put down that you all had a phone call. So how are you all after that phone call?
work in progress. It was it's what was needed 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying? This is what was needed when I found out. Like, that was all I ever asked for. So it's a work in progress for sure. I mean, there's a lot of things that have occurred between filming and where we are now,
Hmm.
that have, still gotta work through that. But he reached out. It was a good first step. We both had real conversation, real man to man conversation, which is what's needed. Because at the end of the day, like, this ain't gonna get us nowhere if we continue with the back and forth and the foolery. And I agree with the sentiment of a lot of the people who are in my life. I have people in my life that are concerned. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to continue with um just the foolishness. I feel like we got a lot more to offer, and it's a lot more business opportunities, and there's a lot more to me as a person. You know what I'm saying, that I feel like I can showcase as well as our family dynamic and our co-parenting situation.
Okay. So as far as like tonight for the show. So next week is the season finale. Is that the season finale next week?
Yeah, shout out to Melody Cherie. Woo woo.
Speaking of the woot woot, let
Mhm.
me go to this. So why were you on Arion Curry's pictures? Why were you on her pictures? I saw you on her photos. Woot
Because at the
woot.
time, you want to know the real honest truth, because we're gonna keep it real. At the time when
Yeah.
I found out when I found out Trish fucked Martell, I was on some get back. Period.
Oh my God.
So I was like, oh, who is Arion? Oh, that's his girl. I'm gonna hit her inbox. Oh, Mel, I'm gonna hit her inbox. I didn't hit Mel's inbox. I actually saw her in person. I also, yeah. So yeah, if you saw me liking her pictures, I guarantee I was in her inbox at that time, because I was really upset that she had sex with this dude in his house, and tried to lie to me about it. And I'm like, bro, this man is on TV. He's going through the most craziest part of his life. Why would you even be dealing with this dude? My issue wasn't it wasn't about her fucking Martell. It was like, bro, why would you even want to get
Wait,
involved?
language, language,
I'm
language.
sorry. I'm sorry. It wasn't about her having relations with Martell. It was more or less about why would you put yourself in that position? She's never gonna admit that she did this, right? Because what for what? Like, and then I guarantee you if she admitted, Kim probably would leave her. I guarantee he probably told her, if you did this, I'm gonna leave you. Why do you think he left for 3 days? Think about it.
I mean, after tonight with the Chris Fletcher and the Martell situation at the gym, Kim definitely said that she needs to stay, ask the questions, and get down to business. I mean, get down to the bottom of it. He did say that,
See, but the
and
thing is,
we
people don't understand is that this was not a storyline that was created. This came about based on their interaction and them being weird. Everybody was like, "Why y'all being weird?" And that's how it came out because they were being weird and on camera, and they was like, "What's going on here?" And it became a storyline because it's very much real. But at this point, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
it doesn't matter whether she had relations with Martell, whether she was cheating on me, whether whatever. At this point, it's about where we are with these children. How do we effectively co-parent? How do I get away from the dumb stuff? And we talk about business and get back to this black excellence. Like all
What
that
what
doesn't
did
matter.
did you three have something going on and you crashed out from according to what she had sent
Who-
somebody
Us,
that y'all
us three.
you Trish
Us
and
three.
Ken, you Trish and Ken. Trish sent somebody a message and said that you all had everything together, but you crashed out. You went off the rails. Is that true?
At what point in time?
Oh,
Was
I
there a
don't know the
timeline?
point in time. I don't know the point in time. She just sent somebody that message.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what she's talking about.
What did y'all have something planned at any time?
Planned as far as what coming onto the show?
Planned on how you all will perform on the show?
No, I mean there was no plan other than let's not go on here and be, you know what I'm saying, putting us down and like pretty much going into tearing each other down. But then when I found out that how much what she was talking about, it went from me trying to like dumb it down and just say like, all right, I'm gonna do this for to keep it safe, right? It's still our reality. It's still very real, but it was more or less let's keep it safe. You know what I'm saying? Let's not do too much and let's not because if I were to go into detail, then yeah, it's gonna be some stuff.
So did
Trust
you
me.
do? So did you do too much? Were you doing too much?
No, I just wasn't going. I wasn't going along with the storyline and the BS because when I found out that they was trying to portray me as a deadbeat, no, that went out the window because that's absolutely false. And that's what I'm saying. I don't want to have to pull out the receipts. Like, do I have to show screenshots for people?
Yeah,
Do I need to
yeah.
go?
You can
Do I need
actually
to
pull
pull
them
the
out.
screen? Okay, what do you want to see? Like, what are you saying? How
What,
far you
what,
want to
you-
go
what
back?
you
Give
got?
me a date. Give me a date.
Y'all,
Give
what's
me a
the date?
date. Give me a date in question, and I will go to
Give me
my
a date.
Facebook Messenger. Give me
Let
a
me go to
date.
the chat. Let me go to the chat because they are very
Give me a year.
opinionated.
Give me a year
Give
and a
me a
date
date.
between 2020 and
Pull them out.
2024.
Give me a date.
Cause y'all gonna stop playing with me, man. Like I'm trying to keep it
April
cool.
April 2020.
Give me a second.
April 2020.
Is this gonna pause? Hold on.
I don't know what it's gonna do, but we're gonna be right here waiting on April 2020. We ready for that one.
All right.
So let me get to while you're doing that. Let me get to my chats.
Cause I keep.
Two said thank you. Like thank you for all the chats, the super chats. Marquez, do you have proof of Ken's woman breaking up with him on the ring camera? How long did it take for Ken to move
Yep.
in?
I got the ring. I got the ring camera.
Bring
Absolutely.
it up. Okay.
On my phone
Queen
right now.
Sheba,
And look,
thank
I'll
you.
pull it up, but I ain't gonna play it. I'll just show a screenshot since people want to play with me.
They want to know how do you know that Trish bang bang Martell? How do you know that for sure?
Because I sat out the room for 30 minutes. I went to go check on her because this is remember I was living upstairs, so we're cool, we're friends, but we're not really talking. Trish is not somebody that really talks, so you have to like we wasn't talking. So hey, this might
Okay.
take a minute though. I ain't gonna lie. Actually, let me go to our messages. But anyways, I found out because I sat outside the room for almost 20 minutes and I made sure I waited to continue to hear who she was talking to and what she was talking about. She was talking to her best friend about having sex with dude and how she was horny and that he got on her nerves and that she been over it a couple times and that he always kept talking about himself and that the kids was on the other side of the house. So and I can't make that shit up. Like why would I make it up? Why would I be in Arion's inbox if I didn't feel some type of way back in 2020
So you was
or
in the
20?
house when Martell was in your house?
I was in the house whenever she decided. Look, I was in the house whenever she said Fletch and all. Like the stuff that I saw today, bro. I was living in the house. Man, Trish used to have me
No, no,
working
no,
out when
no,
we was
no,
doing
no,
serious
no.
talk shit.
You sound like you. No, you sound like you were in the house when the bang bang session was going on. You was in the house for the bang bang session.
I was living in the house when she was going to Martell's house, Martell and Melody's marital home. I was living in the house upstairs. Yes,
No, how do
that was
you know?
another that because we have a back room and she was down in the back room having a girl talk and she was talking to her girlfriend
Oh,
about
okay.
having sex with Martell. Because when I heard it, mind you, we watched Love and Marriage and I was like, my issue was not about her having, I didn't care who she was having sex with. I don't care if she had sex with Martell. Zero care. Right? It
Hmm.
was about the fact, why would you want to have sex with this man or deal with anything he's dealing with at the throes of him getting a divorce and having a side baby? That was my issue. Why would you even put us in that position? Billy Sean, I don't think I'm gonna have time to figure that out without taking
Okay.
forever.
When he left the family home, when you left the family home, did you see your children daily? You said yes, right?
Yes, I took my kids to school every day, every morning, and then but see, look, I'm sorry, hold on. So look, because I traveled for work as an engineer, I mean as a logistics analyst, I started working for Bechtel out of Houston. And so they would fly me into Houston Monday through Friday, or they would fly me throughout the country to various suppliers. So I would have to leave on Monday and I would fly back into Huntsville on Friday. So Monday mornings I would take the kids to school, and then Friday afternoons I would pick them up, and then I would spend time on the weekend with them. Trish would go out of town with her friends. I would stay at the house, right? The house before her and Ken got together, and then the house that they met up on the Ring doorbell camera the day after I gave her all this money to move in.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's
why I said
another
there's so many
question.
underlying issues. And I hold on, I'm gonna pull up the screenshot of that. Then let me take a screenshot because y'all look.
Okay, did you give
I
her
know
five
I
thousand
know I
dollars?
can get to that. I can get to that quicker.
Did you give her
So
$5,000 to move in the house?
absolutely. I listen. One thing about Trish and look,
Thank you
what
for the
bothers me
chat.
What bothers me is that she keeps saying about me being this broke guy, whatever, but I've always been the breadwinner. Like I got tax returns. I don't want to have to pull out receipts. But if they
No, we don't want
continue
the tax
with the
return.
foolery, oh yeah, you don't want tax returns, but I got tax returns, I got paycheck stubs. Like people and what's another thing that's interesting is that or what I love is that my coworkers in corporate high level have all hit me up and like Marquez, this is not you. I want you to encourage you and let you know that everything that I have people really who really know me that are really hurt. I get people crying because they see me crying on TV. The tears are real, y'all, and I didn't cry in front of them. I was crying because
Okay.
that was the first time we ever had a conversation, and it was in front of all these people. And she kept me from my
Okay.
daughter that weekend, and she told me that she had danced. Trish is a manipulator and a liar, and she's manipulated Ken enough to where he no longer he's blinded, and he because this man has so much opinion about my relationship, but he's got all his information from one source. I think y'all are all getting information from one source. People need to start looking into me and understanding like what I really went through, and it's hard for me to give it to you in 5 minutes on camera
I got
without being a main cast member.
you. Okay. Y'all watch Samantha asked, so y'all watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, but Trish said she never watched the show or knew who Martell Mel
So
was.
that's not true. She watched the show. She watched the show all the time. And we went to school with Martell. Martell was a senior when I was a freshman. Trish was in the 8th grade. She knew her brother. Me and Mel are the same age. I knew them, but we knew of them, but we didn't know them. I'm looking for this video. I knew them, but we didn't know them personally, but we knew them. Like if we saw them out, they would recognize us, but it's not like, hey, Martell, hey, Mel, hey, Marceau.
Mhm.
Can you see me?
No, I can't see you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to find this. I at least want to take this screenshot real quick, and
Okay.
then
Courtney says she knew Trish and Martell had slept together and don't know them. That's how he knows. No adult has this for drawn out story for no reason. So I think we're all on that same wavelength.
yeah,
Um,
I mean, people don't want to admit Trish has a hard time taking accountability. I've learned now that I need to take a lot more accountability overcompensate for her not taking accountability, and I'm okay with being the bad guy for now because in the end my character is strong and it's going to remain true. And people can stay tuned and watch and see me.
okay.
I really want to get this screenshot though. Oh, here it is. Oh shit.
Okay, yeah. Let's get the
Cause I
screenshot.
know you want, I know you want some tea. I know you want some tea.
Yeah, at this point you said screenshot, so the
Yeah,
chat
cause
needs to
at this
see.
point, that's the only way. That's the only way for people to understand it. And this is not to stir up trouble, y'all.
When let me see, go into detail. That's she said go into detail. That's why we're here. Let me see something else. Hold on. Now I do want to know why you cry so much. No shade.
I cry because I'd rather cry outside than cry in jail. I cry because that keeps me from being violent. You know what I'm saying? My can't help my emotions that what's inside of me, but I'm not crying. Tears are not a sign of weakness. For me, tears are a sign of restraint and strength because that
What did
allows
you
me to really not.
do you and Trish have like a volatile relationship? Because she seems to be a little aggressive, and you
Yeah,
try
man,
to.
Trish never cried. Trish only liked conflict. I didn't come from that. She got off on us getting into it, you know, and at some point I truly feel like you should never have to exert your, you know what I'm saying, your masculinity over a woman in order for you to have respect. But that's the only way that she kind of really respected me is when it became something where it was not violent, but it became where I was more aggressive because I'm more passive aggressive. You know what I'm saying? I'm more thoughtful. I'm more thoughtful of the end outcome. And I think
Okay.
my emotions come out because I can't do what I really want to do because it's like knowing you know when something's so wrong that feeling of just like you can't do nothing about it but you could do something about it, but if you make that
Yep.
decision then you know that you're gonna sit back and be like, damn, I shouldn't have did that. And that's the
Yep.
restraint that I carry every day. So my tears are a buildup of emotions of not being able to do what a lot of people do, which is crash out. You know what I'm saying? I know I use that word a lot, but that I feel like God has truly put that as a movement of mine is to really talk about, not crashing out is not easy, bro. It's not easy.
Okay, we have a question from Candilu. Candilu, thank you for the super chat. Can you approximate what year and month did you overhear her telling her girlfriend that she got down with Martell? Do you know when that was?
It's around the time that man, let me see. I know it was so let's see, I'm gonna say
They want that ring camera footage too.
all right, all right, pause. All right, I wanna say it was I know it was warm outside, so it had to be like April or something of 2021, I'm thinking.
You and Trish know y'all can tell about them seasons of the year, boy.
Yeah.
Y'all know when it's
It
chilly
was
and when it's warm
definitely
outside.
it was warm outside because October 2020 is when I moved upstairs. I didn't move into my apartment for 9 months, so that's like July towards July of 2021 is when I moved into the apartment around the corner, and then I
Mm-hmm.
moved a year and a half later to Atlanta. So I've only been in Atlanta 3 4 years now. So I've only been here three years in October actually. 3 years October is how long I've been in Atlanta. I'm all right. Y'all want to see this? So let me give me
Yep.
a second because I know it's in here. You just got to give me a second.
Okay, we ready. I'll ask you another question. Can you talk and look at the same time?
Yeah.
Um, so tonight on the show, when Trisha and Ken were talking about the party and everything, and she said your daughter no longer refers to you as dad, she refers to you as Marquez or him. Can you speak to that?
Man, that hurt my heart, man. I never even knew that. Like to be honest with you, there's a lot of manipulation that has went on with my daughter, and that's been my biggest hurdle is just trying to get her back to a position. Trish was in a hurt place for all over a year where she pretty much would allow my daughter in on everything that was going on. My daughter texted me when she was 7 saying, "Why'd you call my mommy a bitch?" in a text message. Like, why is a 7-year-old in your phone? So she pretty much expressed all of her feelings to her as, in that period of confusion, which allowed my daughter to not really she loves me to death, but that's my twin. She knows it deep down in her heart. It's just hard for her to be confused because I had to remove myself from the marital situation for us to I really sacrificed for us all to kind of be in the greater position, not knowing how much pain and how long it's going to take. But yeah, that hurts my heart, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That
Yeah,
shit
that was
hurts.
hurtful. That was hurtful.
And I,
Um,
but I, but I, but the thing is this is part of my confusion too. Is when I talk to my children, honestly. they don't tell me that. So I don't know what I don't really necessarily
Well,
believe her.
well, let me ask you about Xavier. When you were at, let me ask you about the party. Why did you come to the party with nothing, like for the kids? I mean,
I
I'm
mean,
just
do
talking
you
about
want
what we saw. Well, I'm talking about what we saw, and
because
we're
can
gonna
we
see things.
look? I don't want to mess up like that, but y'all need to understand. My son's graduation party was 3 weeks earlier. Okay, so this graduation situation was a scenario. Okay, so me coming in, why I'm coming into a situation where I don't even deal with these two people, let alone none of my family is there. And then you try to alienate me at the party as if I'm not their father. So of course I'm gonna come and introducing myself to the cast members and to the other people because nobody's gonna introduce me. So I'm not gonna stand here and just stand around. I mean, I'm a people person, and I wanted to have a shot because I wanted to start it off in a way of us kind of like camaraderie, starting peace, right? But in hindsight, yeah, that kind of looked a little way. But
But why
I
didn't
can
you bring
afford
anything? Why didn't you bring anything to the party? Like no ice, no coke, no anything.
bring anything for what? I wasn't like, what am I bringing?
I mean, you could have
So
brought something.
I look, I brought, I look. Okay, next time I'll bring something. I mean, put like this. Like I said, my son's graduation party was 3 weeks prior. I brought a lot of things to the table. So
Okay. So why did you go in there and just rally everybody up? Hey y'all, what's going on, Marquez? Like, I got this situation with my ex or my wife and her boyfriend and I just don't know what to do and I need support. Like that's
because
how
I
you
was,
got to the party.
no, but if we're talking about having a situation where we're doing, um, where I'm being introduced to my cast members all at one time. Yeah, I felt like it was important for me to express kind of what we're talking about, why I'm here. It's contentious. You invited me to a party that you normally wouldn't have invited me to. Like you that to me that was for sure. So of course I'm gonna come in here and let y'all know, like, okay, hi, I'm Marquez, I'm the father. I wasn't trying to do too much. You know what I'm
But
saying? And
then but
maybe
then
I did.
Xavier came and got you up from the seat and asked you why were you over there? And you said
Man,
out of your
shout
mouth,
out to my son.
yeah, and you said out of your mouth, was I doing too much? And he said yes.
Yeah, and I recognize that, and that's why and thank you for my son, and I'm thankful that I raised my son to allow me to be able to check me like that, because absolutely I was on one and I appreciate him. So I can admit that I was on one. I was on one
Okay.
because I was emotional and I felt alienated and I felt like they was trying to play me, and then I also felt like a need to let these people kind of, I wanted Fletcher and them's opinion because they're men, right? But not knowing that Fletch over here the whole one setting Trish up with Martell. So like I got issues with him now. Um,
Well,
but
who?
yeah, with the fact that I never knew that Fletcher pretty much was putting Martell on Trish at the time. To me, it doesn't matter for him to act like my me asking him for his opinion that it was
Y'all
weird.
was
And
married.
if you're but you're he's a mentor, so why not give me some advice? Maybe it wasn't the right setting, and I agree it wasn't the right setting, but I also, like I said, I can't find it, y'all. It's gonna take too long. Like I said, if this wasn't a reality show, I'm sure I would have been pretty chill back and laid back, you
Okay.
but I needed to express, who I am.
So no
And
receipt.
it wasn't, I didn't want to take away from my kids, honestly, but it was a lot of emotions involved.
Yeah, it was. It was a lot of emotions involved.
And I'm working through
So
that, Millie Chine. I'm working through it. I got a therapist. Shout out to
okay,
Dr. Waller.
okay,
Doing the
that's good.
childhood agenda. Really
That is
reflecting.
good.
I'm no longer dwelling. I'm reflecting. Like it's been almost a year since we started filming. So a lot of the stuff y'all seeing is it's behind. So I want y'all to be encouraged and know that like I'm truly, truly. This show is truly giving me an opportunity to look inward and to know, like, yeah, you is tripping. I agree. I agree with a lot of the stuff that the conversation is being said, but I don't agree with the core of what it is, which is that I'm an absentee father. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's. Go ahead.
You don't agree with that.
No, no, because I think that's. Let me ask. Can I? What's the definition of absentee father?
Absentee, not there
In what capacity?
in any capacity. I mean,
So
now if you were
meaning
coming
like
in,
don't talk
if
to
you're
them,
coming in, like what's up with them sending you gas money? Like if they hadn't sent you gas money,
bro.
I mean,
They yo, why they lie so bad, bro? I first of all, I flew in and I had a rental car. They never gave me gas money. That's cap. I call cap to all of that. See, look now. All right, give me how much time we got? Give me 2 minutes. 'Cause I'm about to find this food
we
at this
got all the time in
point.
the world. We off for
All right,
Christmas or
hold on, cause
holiday
I
break. We
just no,
waiting on the New Year.
hold on. Cause now it's like, bro, I call cap to everything that can interest say from here on going forward, right? And if we're not talking about how we can move forward co-parenting, and if we're talking negative, I'm not gonna be with it. But I'm right now. I'm gonna show y'all what's up. And after
And
this,
then
like
they
I'm
said if you
done.
can't, like whatever you need to do, you can put it in your stories on Instagram, and we'll go over to the Instagram story. So that would be great too. But whatever you can give
But
us.
see, I don't. I'm not trying to. I'm not finna put this video out. I'm gonna take a screenshot
Oh,
of this, and I'm gonna let y'all see it, and that's it. I'm not putting it on my story.
okay, okay.
I want. I'm
Crystal,
just
not
gonna do
leaving.
this. Damn, where
And
is this?
there we go.
Who did I send this to?
Okay, you said the company you work was Betchel.
I worked for my first company was Ulista. I worked for Lockheed Martin. I worked for Boeing, and I worked for Bechtel, which is in Houston,
Betchel.
Texas. It's the
Betchel.
largest construction company in the world. Yes, I was a high level logistics um, expediter. And I pretty much worked there for 5 years, and I quit corporate on March 31st to pursue my entrepreneurial aspirations, which is also dealing with, there's a whole thing with my father too, with the Civil Rights Trail Tours. I have a travel company. We have a nonprofit. There's a lot more to me
Okay.
that I've been working on
So
that I
March
would love
31st of
to
this year is
showcase.
when you left Bechtel?
March 31st is when I resigned from Bechtel after 5 years.
Okay,
Yeah,
this year.
five
Okay.
years.
All right. We
I
have
worked in
Joanne
Houston
too.
Monday through Friday.
Okay. All right. Crystal,
Dang, how far back is
did
this
you get your
video?
question answered, Crystal?
Hey, this my phone must really not want y'all. It's like it's so far. How far back is this?
Wait a minute. Somebody said, did she sleep with Martell when the four-piece nuggets were there? You wouldn't know that. Well, do you know that?
Who was the 4 piece nuggets? Who's that?
Mel's
The
children.
kids? Yeah, the kids
Yeah.
were there on the other side of the house. Yeah, the kids was on the other side of the house for sure. Cause she mentioned that. She said the kids was on other side of the house, and Martell was getting on my nerves. But a girl got needs. Those are her exact words. She gonna be mad at me for this, but oh well. But
What?
hey, I wasn't there. This is all alleged. Ain't that what y'all say? This is
Okay,
all
yeah,
alleged
yeah, yeah,
in
yeah,
my
yeah.
opinion. Hey, hold on. Let me get back on camera real quick. All right, this is the disclaimer. This is all alleged in my opinion. Okay, so
Okay,
yeah, she had sex with Martell, but this is alleged. Okay, sorry. Now I'm back to me trying to find this receipt.
okay, all right.
All right, we got. I look. Yeah, I'm gonna check one more thing, and if not, then I'll post it to my story.
Okay, let me see if I have any more questions. Uh, you said you'll be on the next season of Love and Marriage Huntsville, correct?
Yeah, stay tuned. I don't want to do too much. I don't. What I'm saying. I don't want to talk too much because there are legal contractual issues. I
Yep,
mean, not
yep.
issues,
But make
but
sure
things
you keep your
I don't
job.
want to do too much. But just know, I think you guys will be able to see the transition from all of this
That's all my
drama
questions.
into something more positive.
Yeah,
That's the end goal.
just send it to me, honey. Just send it to me, and then we'll talk about it in the hot topics. Right,
Okay.
people? They said, let me see. You don't have the ring camera footage.
I got all of that. That's what I'm saying. Is I think it's because we're on this live that it's taking a minute because it knows
Okay.
that But no,
Oh, you
I look. I'll send it to your inbox. I
send it
don't
to
want
me
to
inbox.
listen. I don't want to be. I don't want to be. I don't want to stir up something to because we are
I
in
tell you
a.
what. I tell you what. This is what I'll do. Okay, and this is how I know it won't get everywhere. I'm gonna have vision board on Sunday. Tomorrow we have vision board and book review, and it will be on Zoom. So whoever is not in that Zoom will not know what's going on. So you send it to me, and we'll talk about it in the Zoom tomorrow night at 8 o'clock.
And send me. Hey, look. Tell the chat. Tell the chat,
I'll
send
send.
me
You know what?
dates
I'll do you one
between
better. I'll send you the Zoom link,
October
and you can
2020. Send me some
October.
different dates, right? And I'll send you screenshots of conversations that we may have had, as long as it's
All
not too
right,
much.
all right. I'm gonna send you some different dates. Y'all give me some dates, cause the Zoom tomorrow night is gonna be lit. Okay, so
It's gonna be
what's the
lit.
dates y'all want? We
Put
said
them out
April
there between
2020.
October and now. Yeah. And I would
At
say
this
up until
point,
we started filming the show.
I'm here. You can
Look,
send us
I'm gonna
anything.
send you a screen. I'm gonna send y'all this. I'm gonna put the screenshot of her telling
They
me that
said
it's a dance move.
2019 to 2024.
2019 we was good. 2019 we was good.
Okay.
It was
So I
we
saw
were
what 12, 27, April 20th, and oh, the Ring camera. Send me the Ring camera footage. That's going up. That's going up in the discussion tomorrow night. Matter of fact, I'll do you one better, and I'll send you the link to the Zoom, and you can come in and be one of my special guests tomorrow night too.
all right,
Now,
bet.
if we do it on Zoom, this is not going to be on the internet. This is going to be on Zoom. This will be some
Somebody
for
gonna be. I
our eyes
mean,
only. No, this will be
I'm
for
not.
eyes only.
Man, I want to show it to y'all now. Damn. I
I mean,
don't
you
know.
can show it to us now.
I
Y'all
know,
don't.
but I know it's
Hold
only
on,
something for
hold
me
on.
to
Let me do a
show.
disclaimer. If Marquez shows this to us now, y'all, let's make a pinky promise that we will not tell it to anybody.
Yeah, right. That's all over the internet. As soon as we do that.
I promise it won't be.
Yeah, okay. Okay, videos. All right, I'm gonna find this video. I'm not gonna leave y'all here empty-handed. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take my time slowly, cause I know for a fact I resaved it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got the Zoom link is up right now in my stories on Instagram. I don't have the Zoom link up here. I didn't bring it up here. I don't think I got it up here. Hold on, let me see.
Anybody? Any other? I mean, any other questions about me though? Like, I
Look,
feel
yeah,
like
what's
I
going?
went.
What do we want to know about Marquez? Marquez, so Marquez, you're from Huntsville, correct?
No, I was born in Los Angeles, California. I moved to
Okay,
Columbus, Ohio when I was 8, and then I moved to Huntsville when I was 16. So I didn't move to Huntsville until I was 16.
okay. So you've been in Huntsville
I
since
went
you
to
were
high
16.
school. Yeah, I
Okay,
went to high school in Huntsville.
okay. Oh, wait a minute. That went by fast. Hold on one second. I
I feel
had
like I'm
something.
getting closer, y'all.
Okay, so how I see it says, how were y'all good in 2019? Trish says she met Ken in 2019. So I mean, it's different. So it's a different area. So what season were y'all good, and what season did she meet Ken?
Okay, when I say we were good, we weren't fighting. I had wanted to leave for 10 years. So she met Ken in 2017 in the gym when they built the gym. She met him in 2017. That's when she got his number and the chocolate emojis and the text messages and all that. They had a prior relationship prior to me. That's why it was deeper to me when I found out who she was talking to, because he had already had words with me in 2017. Like, check your bitch. And for her, she's like, oh, that's just my homeboy. I work out in the gym. Trish would literally have me working out with dudes that she was talking to. I went through her phone towards the end of our marriage, and she literally had me working out with dudes that she was talking to and hanging out with outside of like the house before I decided to leave. Like, what? I me out here looking crazy, playing in my face. Like, I don't understand. Y'all watched it. Hold on, let me get back on here.
No, Trish, we've never heard
Nah,
that before. Have y'all heard that? I don't
man,
think
y'all
we've
sit
heard
here and
that.
watch. Like, how blind do y'all have to be to not see, like, bro, Trish is the problem. Like, I had to talk to Ken, and I feel like that's, if he really wants to be where, he's gonna need my help, bro, and she needs help. Like, at the end of the day, like, Trish is the problem. She's a liar. You know what I'm saying? She be manipulating. She's has narcissistic tendencies. She's a gaslighter. Um, yeah, and I'm not trying to talk negative, but it's like at
Yes,
this
you
point,
can.
it's like, y'all, if y'all can't see it on TV, like, had it been me, a male, and had it been me with a side woman married that had sex with Melody, how do you think this storyline would go? They would be on my head about being with a married woman, being married in a household with this woman living around my children. I think people need to stop with the Marquez, you left. Let's get past that. Let's get past the left. I'm back. All right, I left. I'm back. All right, let's put that out there. I left. I'm back. All right, so
Okay.
let's start from here. Well, I'm back. So let's start looking
Okay.
at Trish. Let's start looking at the core and the root of why we're on TV, why we're having this conversation around co-parenting, why does Ken have such strong emotions and conversations about situations that he has no knowledge about. I was married to this girl since I was 17. So why what in my mind, what in
Oh,
my right
wow.
mind do I have to make this shit up? Well, I don't have. I'm
17?
not gaining nothing from this. They're gaining because Ken wanted to be famous. He brought her in. Doesn't want to be on TV because she doesn't want to talk about those things because those things, talking about them, right, is not comfortable. Hence why she does
Okay.
not talk. Hence why you want to say her mouth is closed is because she doesn't want to talk, right? But now we're in a position where we're going to talk about it, right? But I want to move past it, right? But we have to acknowledge that there are misconceptions, and I'm just don't I don't want to continue to be the punching bag to sit here. I'll accept my faults. I'm back in my kid's life. Whatever you want to say, I left. I'm back. All right, we're here now. What does
Okay.
that look like going forward? Only time will tell. Y'all gotta stay tuned and watch. This is ongoing
Okay.
and developing.
Oh, hold on one second. Hold on one
I'm gonna
second. I
keep the
got.
messiness for your inbox because it is gonna take too long.
Yeah. Okay. Send it to my inbox. So none of that on his LinkedIn profile except for the bedroom where he said he was in the area. No Lockheed on your resume. So they said there's no Lockheed on your resume.
Oh well,
Um,
well if people would go back and look, they would know that Lockheed was bought out. I work for Sikorsky, so Sikorsky was bought out by Lockheed. So go back and look at when Sikorsky was bought by Lockheed, and there was a merger.
okay.
So
All right.
if I need to update on my resume, I will.
Okay. So
I work
y'all
I
got
work for
that.
back I work for Textron Systems in Baltimore, Maryland. I work for Ulista Management. I work for Sikorsky, aka Lockheed, and I ended my career at Bechtel, which is the largest construction company in the world. And I
Okay.
was the only black male to work as an area expediter in a $90 billion company.
Okay. So Erica Marie says since he went to school with Martell, does he know if Destiny went to school there too, or if she's even from Huntsville as she claims?
I don't know Destiny. I know Trish used to train Destiny when she first started on the show, but I don't know her personally.
Oh, okay. So what attra- what attracted you to Trish?
I know where y'all going with that. For me,
I can't.
hey y'all, hey, I'm I'm about to say something real funny, but it ain't funny. My dad said it was the first piece of good pussy you had, and that's probably why, right?
Language.
Sorry, vagina. Sorry. All right. Anyways, I won't get you banned. But what attracted to me was her tenacity. She's very strong. Like and she was going through a lot at the time, and it attracted to me because I didn't come from that, and I thought it was interesting. But if you're talking about physical attraction, I mean, Trisha's not an ugly girl. Like I
Yeah.
think cameras don't always do it justice, on that. But Trisha's not ugly. She's not the
Okay.
baddest though. But I'm not gonna say she's the baddest, but
How I
you know,
see it said that Trish gave her a statement saying she told you to come on the show so y'all could get a bag, but you did not stick to the script. That's what I'm talking about. Could you speak to that?
yeah, there was no bad discussion because they not. It's not like they're paying like that. I think if anything, there's the platform and opportunity. So you have to come in with something that you have to offer, which is why we need to get back to the black excellence and talk about these businesses that I have, or talk about the
Mhm.
things that we're really doing. Right. The bag situation. I don't. That was not a. There's no bag when it comes to getting on this show. Saying that, I think it was for me, it was like, hey, if we're when I finally made that decision to go ahead and do this, I said, look, if we're gonna do this, let's take advantage of it and not take advantage of the people, but take advantage of the platform and create. But we have to have like I didn't come on there to be famous, or I didn't come in there to try to do anything to get rich or famous. I want to present my real life, and if it's a platform for people to be involved in that, then I'm with it. Um,
Okay.
hold on.
So, all things Rena said, Ken said that about 2017, Ken said he told you, I guess, to check Trish when you tried to step to him. Did he tell you that?
Yeah, on the phone. Yeah, I had went to the car to get a lighter, and I saw a message on the car. We had it was a car where the message come through, and Trish was very secretive, right? So she always had a super lot. She's cybersecurity, so she had 18 character passwords. So I never got a chance to even attempt to look at her phone. But the message came through and it said, "Ken, and it said, I want to lick you like a lollipop." And then I was
Oh,
like, I'm like, "Ken, I'm like, lick you like a lollipop." So what I did is I took the number down. I didn't say nothing to her. But then I went through her IG and that's when I saw Ken, his name was I think it was like Ken Diesel or something at the time, and it was the chocolate emojis under her shit. So I'm like, I'm like, first of all, how do you even have his number?
I
She
think when
then
you
she,
said you said something that made a lot of sense. Now, I was with you on this one when you said this, and you was like, I guess you was talking about the text messages,
yeah.
and you said, I've been with you since you was like 19. Like, how you got a friend like that?
You can't, like, honestly, and that's where a lot of, I think that's where the dynamic of our relationship is. We weren't really
That
truly like
tickled me.
we weren't in that truly like I don't think we was in the like if I'm married now, I'm things totally different. Like I know how to be a husband. I know what it takes, but I think then we weren't really truly compatible and we were just trying to wing it. And
Hmm.
so a lot of issues went unresolved because we Trish doesn't want to talk. So when I used to ask her to go to counseling, she'd be like, "For what?" Like, so I used to beg her to go to counseling, bro, and she would literally be like, "I don't. What
Yeah,
am I go to counseling for?" Like,
I
like,
believe
like what she
that.
said on the show, something about uh about a shirt or whatever. That's the thing is what y'all are seeing is really how she is.
Yeah,
Like,
I believe
she's
that because
literally
they
like
were
that.
talking about counseling today, and she was talking about how yeah they need to go to counseling.
But I mean, and
Well,
that's why I want people to just can y'all just take a deep dive into my perspective and just say like how much am I supposed to take? Like how and Trish can never say I beat on her. Trish can never say that I did anything super malicious to her, bro. So and
mhm,
I think I'm getting so much flack and it's okay because we're creating conversation, but y'all need to start taking a deep more dive into the person that's pointing the fingers and including the
right,
person that's with her who's obviously gonna have a bias because he's laid up with her every day. If you're pillow talking with a woman, you're only gonna hear that side. And I don't
yeah,
blame Ken. And these are the conversations that me and Ken have had, and we're gonna continue to have because if he truly wants to marry her, he's gonna need my help. If he really wants to marry her, he's gonna need my help.
I don't
And
see that happening.
if she wants to marry him, which I
Well,
don't think,
let me ask you this. I mean, how much longer do you think? I mean, because like in a divorce, like you know when it's rounding up. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been through that. I know when it's rounding up. Do
we
you
so
see a round up in the divorce? Like, is it about to be final? Because
yeah.
it's giving. Huh, it is.
Yeah, just to cut out she gotta fix the custody stuff. Like there's nothing stopping it other than the fact that she put on there that we didn't
So
have
so
children.
she needs to do that. So she's the
Yeah,
one
she
that's holding
perjured
it up.
herself.
Okay. Okay.
You can't get a divorce and say that you don't have no minor children.
Okay.
The clerk
So
told me that had I signed that, I would have had to proven that these are my children.
okay. Candy Lou said. So was Tris messing with Martell and Ken at the same time? Give us
Probably
your
so.
opinion.
Probably so. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
That's his
definitely.
opinion. He said
Yeah, for
probably
sure.
so.
But Trent, but look, y'all gotta understand. Look, her messing with whoever she was messing with. We were married for so long, and we had only been having sex with each other. I don't blame her for getting out there a little bit. You know what I'm saying? She just might have messed with the wrong ones. Like you should have just left Martell alone. Like it's too much that come with that. I'm
Okay.
not mad at her for doing whatever she did.
Crystal K said, so why after 2 minutes you were posting all over your social media that you were a star in Love and Marriage Huntsville? Because you did say that. If it was not for the fame, she said she was almost on your side. So I
Uh,
mean, because you kind of did do that
when
fast.
what you said?
It's like you posted it on the show. Like I'm a star on Love and Marriage
I
Huntsville.
I said the words "I'm a star." What was
Hmm.
my exact words? I'm a star on Love and Marriage
You said I'm a star somewhere. It was in
I
there.
said it or I texted it. I typed it. I just need to
It
be
was
clear
on
because
your. It was on your story.
I think y'all referring to my son. I probably told my son we had fans or something like that. But I'll be honest with you, I don't care about being like famous. To be honest,
Okay.
like that fame come and goes, y'all. It means nothing. Y'all are here. People are here one day and gone the next. I mean, I come from that, and I have celebrity friends. It's never been about that, and I apologize if it even came off that way because that's the exact opposite of what I want to portray is that I want to be famous. Not at
Okay.
all.
Trish has nothing to do with you fumbling your kids. You can't get past that. Stop lying. You are emotionally manipulative. Who cares who you work for? Selfish man. Women stay away from him. So,
Dang, who hurt you, baby? Who hurt you? Like I
how do
didn't.
you feel about that?
What did I do? Who hurt you? I'm not upset, man. I understand there's a lot of strong opinions, and I know that Um, there's a lot of conversation around this, and all I can do is stay true to myself and
Hmm.
continue to move forward. You know what I'm saying? So I can't make everybody understand
Yep.
what's going on, who I am, and all that, and I don't take it
You cannot
personal.
please. You cannot please
Yeah,
everybody.
no, I can't, and all I can do is show the world like moving forward what I am doing, and then y'all
Okay.
can only judge. You can't judge me in my past. You just gotta judge me on what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Like,
We're trying to root for you, but okay. She said we're trying to root for you, but at least one receipt. So
oh my
the thing,
god.
the thing. Wait a minute,
All right.
huh? The receipt is going to be in my inbox, right?
I'm saying I can pull it up. I just feel like we've been talking for so long. I don't want people to be like, you know what I'm saying? Cause I got look. Hold on. All right,
And then
January.
speaking
Hold
of
on, hold
recording,
on,
he
hold on.
said,
Look, 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 look,
I'm just
look.
reading to the
I'm
people,
going
not
to my text messages.
okay. I'm not
Going
talking to
to
you. I'm
my
just reading to the people. Ken said he was a model actor. Let's keep it fair, chat. Um, thank you, Barb, for my super stick. Thank you all for the super stickers. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all being here. Um, Now that ring camera, we're gonna talk about that in Zoom tomorrow. So make sure you get that to me in my inbox. Let me get back to the live chat. I'm coming. I'm coming. Oh, did Arion say anything to you, Marquez, or did you just like
Nah,
her photo?
nah. I liked her photos and hit her inbox. She think she was in love
What did you say in
with
the
me.
inbox?
I was in the inbox. I ain't gonna lie. I was being petty,
What did you
but
say?
I don't even remember. I mean, I can go back to my inbox. It's probably still there. I mean, I
Marquez,
would. I'll be honest. I was being petty.
but I want to know what you said because I heard something she said today, and she might answer your inbox tonight. And if she answers your inbox, I'm gonna need you to inbox me with the screenshot.
I
But I'm
mean,
not.
Ariana's not she's a pretty girl. I don't agree with that whole side piece situation and her like them thinking that that's cool. But I mean, she's not ugly though. So I think at that time
No,
it
we
wasn't
didn't say she was ugly. We were just saying, what did you say in the inbox?
man, y'all want all the tea. You should have gave me these
Yeah,
questions before.
yeah.
I can get to Ariana quick. I can get to Ariana quick and I can get to that. Ariana, what's her name?
Somebody, hold on. Somebody asked
Ariana
me.
Curry.
Hold on. Hold on. Hey, y'all. It's your girl, Millie John.
Oh, I
Hold on.
said good morning. Are you single? That was in July.
That's what you said to her? You asked her was she
I
single?
said good morning. Are you single? That was July 29th, 2021. So that confirms that she fucked with Martell around June, July. Because as soon as I found out is when I hit her. So July 29th, 2021, she never replied.
So July 9th,
Sorry,
2021.
Martell. Hold on. Sorry, Martell. My bad, bro. I was being petty. I didn't mean to be in your girl inbox like that. You know what I'm
Okay, wait a
saying?
minute. We
But
got a date,
it is what
people.
it
July 9th,
is.
2021 is when you
Yeah,
found
that was
out
when I
that allegedly Trish slept with Martell.
allegedly and in my opinion,
That
correct.
allegedly, and in your opinion, that Trish slept with Martell, and that's when you message Ariana Curry.
Facts. Here, I'm gonna take a screenshot of it. I'm gonna send it to your inbox so you can see.
Send it to my inbox, child.
But don't share it though.
I'm not gonna share it because we're talking about it right now.
I know, but I still don't even want to. Don't yeah, okay, cause y'all got. Where's your name at? I gotta add you to the general.
No, I shouldn't be in general.
Hey, let's talk about this. Hey, why you call me a salamander though? I want to know.
Because
Can you
I
explain
called
why
you
you
that.
call
I
me a
called you that
salamander?
because let me tell you why I called you that. Because you were standing up there and it was like you would get very upset and you had turned bright red and it seemed like you were sweating. And I said he's standing there like a salamander, salamander Sam. I said he looks like he's getting agitated because you look like you was about to just blow up.
Yeah, I mean, I felt disrespected. You know what I'm saying? I felt disrespected in front of my kids. So, like, what y'all saw and me scooting up there, that was very much real. He definitely left me out, and he definitely had me thinking, like, how are you doing? How are you sitting here talking about my children and thanking everybody, and not even at least having me up there with y'all? That was so me doing that was very real.
Yeah,
Like, I'm surprised
I
they
knew
caught that.
you were hot.
Yeah,
I knew you was hot with it.
I just challenge people to man start looking from my perspective. I don't need sympathy or empathy, and if I resonate with if I come off as someone that may have been in a lot of people's past where I bring those similarities. I don't want to be a trigger for people to think that I'm just like that when it's not true. Like I'm a human. I'm a man. Yes, I have emotions. But those part of me that I'm working on to grow and continue to be that salamander. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm growing. Like
Okay.
I'm morphing like literally
Yes,
into a new
because
person.
once something's cut off, something new can grow back. So that's very
Yeah,
good.
that's my new spirit animal, salamander.
Salamander Sam. There you go.
Salam-
So, um, how do you respond when people say things like you're full of it and you left your kids and there'll always be something like you're selfish and you do ask for people to like what do I need to do? Like do you really not know what to do when you're asking these questions? Because you ask people that.
It to me, what people, whatever they have to say, like it doesn't bother me because man, when I talk to my son and my daughter every day, and when because we've had these real discussions, you know what I'm saying? Um, we've had these discussions, and I find solitude in them helping me through this. You know what I'm saying? It bothers me in a sense, but I can't let it consume me because most people don't. Y'all don't know the full story of the big picture. So it's like, what else can I do?
They said you can find the text messages by keywords in the search bar. So if you put Trish in there, they probably pop up.
I
Or
know I got her text message. I was doing that. Did you get my did you get mine?
hold on, let me see if I got it. I'll let you know. Oh, okay, okay, I got the
So
Arion. I got that. I got that. That's exactly what happened. She did not respond. For those who asking the Arion response, she did not respond yet.
she ain't gonna
The
respond to me. I don't want. I don't. It's team mail over here. I don't want none of them problems. I ain't gonna lie. I
somebody
don't agree with Ariane. It's
somebody
team mail over here all day.
y'all
Like
647 likes. Y'all can like this like it regardless if you think I'm rude or disrespectful or whatever. You can like this chat. You can at least like it. But are you dating?
I am. I do. I have a significant other right now. That hopefully, if all goes well, I'll be able to introduce her. Very, very much well established woman in my life that's definitely been here for me. Um,
How long she
it,
been there for you?
it's been a year. It's been a year.
So how would she feel about you being married? Oh, it's
Um,
always been good. Let me look, wait. Let me stop. Let me stop you real quick. For everybody that's in the chat saying whatever you're saying, Marquez has not been my favorite person on the show. I've had very strong opinions about Marquez. So my
favorite
attitude,
person. I thought you ain't like me.
my my attitude towards Marquez is strictly for the people who requested for him to be here. Because I had said I didn't think I could talk to him. But when he accepted, and I know people, he was a request. So I was like, I can talk to anybody, I can get myself together, and I think I did well. So it's not me being rude this moment, but talking to Marquez with some things that he said, I can go up and down either way. Now, if he said he wanted to crash out, we could crash out together. I ain't got no problem
Mhm.
doing that. But
No,
that's
no
just what it
crash out,
is.
Millie. We're not
No,
crashing out, Millie.
I don't want to do that. I had to put myself in timeout about a month ago, so I don't want to do that again. But it's not me. Marquez has heard everything I've said about him. This he already know what it is. If his relationship with his kids were so solid, Ken
Here,
wouldn't have.
I'm about to something. Don't share it though. I just want you to look at this. Don't
You sent
share
it to
it.
my
Don't.
inbox.
I'm sending it to you boss right now, and that's just one date, and that's
Oh,
from October 1st, 2023. I want you to just look at that conversation. So for
okay, hold
somebody
on.
that's not, I'm gonna delete this. Please don't share
Okay,
because these are personal messages.
I'm not. I'm not. Now
I,
that's now that is one thing you can't even go back in everything I've ever done. If you ask me not to do it, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, yeah. Don't share these. These are personal. I just want you for you to see. And if you want to verify that there's, I mean, there's conversations, and that's in 2023, y'all. Like I don't like I said, I don't want to go.
Wait a minute. I, oh my. Wait a minute. Okay. All right. All right. All right. I got you.
You can text me back what your question is.
All right. I will definitely message you back. I'll message you back,
I
and
mean,
then
is that confusing?
even if I do, even if I decide, I will verify with you what I can and cannot say because I'm not gonna
Yeah.
put your business out there. I'm not gonna put your business out there no more than it already is because it's out there.
Yeah, and this is the hard part where I'm having between like really going into detail, and then when we go into detail, then it's like there's no coming back for all of that, and I don't want my kids to be involved with like all of that. Like there's things that if once we say and do, then it's no coming back from that.
Darlene, you are welcome to leave this chat at any time if you think my interview style is terrible, ma'am. I am speaking to someone and we're having a conversation at this moment. It's not even an interview. This is me talking to Marquez. That's what I'm doing. Do you agree, Marquez?
Yeah, no, I agree. It's I mean it's I'm just I'm and we about to let this go because I really
Yeah,
I
because I
just
know you
wanted
said you had to
to.
go an hour. Hold on, let me get this super chat right here. If the relationship with your kids was so solid, Ken wouldn't have had a chance to be called that. Oh yeah. So you was upset because your baby called Ken dad, and like he said, had you been there, speak to
um
that. Speak to that.
Well, at the time I was working for Bechtel and I was traveling like Monday through Friday. So, when I was saying I was traveling, when you start traveling for a certain amount of time and you're not there every day and then you're there on the weekends and then they have dance and there might be times where like they want to go do things. So, whenever Kent inserted himself, I don't know what was being said during that time period while I was at work over those weeks and the weekends. But when I came back to visit her, to pick her up because I didn't get back in town till the day after Father's Day.
Okay.
Um, the daycare lady who knows me was like, "Hey, we
Oh,
just
she was in daycare.
she was at the after school care, the
How
Boys and
old
Girls
was she?
Club.
How old was she? Because that'll make a difference when
She
she
was
calling him
7.
daddy.
She was
Okay.
7. She was
Okay.
7. She was 7 and at but see, there was a time period when I was living in the house around the corner where Trish was pretty much alienating me and making my daughter feel some type of way about me. So my
Hold on.
daughter started kind
Oh,
of,
no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening.
she kind of
I'm
started
listening. Go ahead.
having, Trish and my daughter have a really strong bond. Like they're tighter than anything. So I think with Trish being hurt, she was feeding this hurtness into my daughter because my daughter, like, I don't feel like children should have to been involved with anything that happened between us.
They
Like it should
shouldn't.
have, and that's just what I begged for, and this is what I asked for. But she said it didn't care. I've been through worse. Like my kids will be all right. This Trish's attitude is they'll be okay, and I told them they're not going to be okay. So I was trying to not even let them be involved, but she made them so involved that my daughter was confused because she told me that I would make sure a man is always in the household. And I'm like, I'm around the corner. I didn't leave. But she's like, I want a man physically in the household. So when I went to the daycare and she said this on camera, saying my daddy likes cars, he likes steak, and he's crazy. When I asked her about it, she said, I didn't know what you did for a living. And I'm like, that's crazy. How could you not know what I did for a living when I haven't even, like, at this point I wasn't even in Atlanta or nothing. I dropped the ball on having those real in-depth conversations with my daughter because I thought I
Mhm.
was trying to protect her and she didn't, she's a kid, I don't want to get her involved in that, and that's where I failed by not
And I
having those
agree. You should. You should have done
conversations.
that.
Yeah, I
Well,
was
look, let me,
I was but the conversations that I did have were with my son, and that's why you can see the bond, and my son came to me at that table because he knows what I've been through. And he's like, "Dad, I know
thank
what
you.
you've been through." He like, I don't want you to have to get so emotional, Dad. Like, it wasn't like, "Oh, you embarrassing me." It's like, "Dad, I know you getting worked up and I know how much this bothers you." My
Let me
son
ask you
knows how
this.
much it bothers me.
So you alluded to this before. Why
Ken
Eric
can't have
said,
kids. Sorry, he can't have kids. She said, "Why doesn't Ken have children of his own?" Oh, sorry, Milicha. That man can't have kids. That man
do
should
you
not
know
bring.
that for sure? Do you know that for sure?
I don't got his medical record, but trust me, the
Yeah,
man
you
can't
don't
have
have a
kids.
medical record.
Okay, let me ask you this: every time I've mentioned it, has he ever denied it?
No, he actually told me that he did not want to have children because he did not want to bring a child up in this environment. That's what he told me.
That's an easy way to say when you can't have kids. Okay. I can't have kids because I don't want to have kids in this environment. You don't want to
Let's
have
say
kids in this.
alleged.
Hold on, wait, wait,
Let's
no,
say
wait,
alleged.
no, wait,
Let's just
Millichan.
say
You
alleged.
don't want to have kids in this day and age, but you want to raise my kid and this daughter so bad. Make it make
Okay, that
sense.
okay. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? How do you feel when I mean he calls this other girl his daughter, he calls your daughter his daughter, your son his son. He's done all these things because he has done some things. He's taken your children on trips. He's bought things for them. Like that's something that would be great. Like in my situation, when they take my daughter somewhere, I'm grateful, right?
Uh,
Because that means that's more exposure for her. When I take her somewhere, he's grateful. At least he should be.
but here's the sad part: is like nobody talks about all the trips that I planned. Nobody talks about the fact that I had passport applications filled out for years and she never wanted to do it. She wanted to buy furniture. Nobody talks about the fact that the truck
See,
that's
we
in their
don't know that.
driveway,
How we can
I
talk about
gave
it? We
them.
don't know that.
But this is what I'm saying, Milichan. I was brought into a situation where you got people that came onto a show that's going to only tell their truth, and I was only given a short amount of time to come in and tell my truth, but also deal with the emotions of saying like, damn, this is real. There's no way that I'm going to express and be able to give you guys this much information. It's not even possible to give out this
Right.
much information. Now I
No,
could
it's
have
not because
worded
y'all got a
things
whole life.
I could have worded things differently, right? But we wouldn't be here talking about it if I hadn't said I left my family. Let's be clear. Yeah, Marquez, Trish, and Ken conversation would have been dead. So
I
my
can't.
point is now, like,
Oh, oh, hold
man,
on.
it this shit bothers me. I'm not gonna lie, it bothers me. I'm
It
in a
bothers you what? What bothers you that he calls them his kids?
um
Do you have another son? Somebody asked that like 2 or 3 times. Do you have some more children?
no. There was a video of my co-host to my podcast. Her daughter graduated kindergarten, and I went there to show support, and she tagged me in it. So people think I have a child. No, no, I don't have a
Okay.
child. No, I
Okay.
would like. Yeah.
Okay, I want you to shout out what it is that you're doing, but I want to get in your business a little bit. So this girlfriend, how does she feel about you still being married, and why is she still sticking around?
Because I never I came into and told her the situation. Like she knows she's very much aware, and she very much she's not with me still being married, but she knows where we are now. So like initially she wasn't really trying to take it serious as far as like us really considering having this relationship because of the marriage. But when I explained
Okay.
everything, kind of where we are and what we're doing, I
Hmm.
think she's more understanding. But it's not like the divorce is happening, guys. The divorce is not. I don't. The divorce is not the issue now. That it's happening. It's just a matter of the court dates and the custody situation. Like there's nothing holding either one of us back from that. Well, I can't speak for Trish, but it's not. It was nothing. I was the one that initiated leaving the house to begin with. I just think that because Trish is very hard to talk to, we never got a chance to really break it down and talk about it, and it was easier to just kind of move on until we kind of got into a situation where we were forced. And I think that's where we are now, is where she's being forced, um, in her situation, and me all along, not being forced, but I'm very much more motivated now to be done with this, but I need to make sure the custody situation is clear.
So when you told the dentist and Carlos, and the dentist is the lady that plays on Married to Medicine that was
Oh,
in your
Dr.
interview.
Heavenly. I love her.
Mm-hmm.
I love Dr. Heavenly, man. Keep going.
Okay. When you told the dentist and Carlos that you were single, is this girl somebody that you were just talking to and nothing was serious? Because you
Yeah, I was just there. Yeah, I was just talking to her. Yeah, I was more or less, um, I've been focused on transition from corporate, you know what I'm saying? But the person that was in my life, yeah, we were, it was more or less trying to figure it out. And it kind of turned more into a situation that became real.
so
And if I told y'all who she was, y'all
no,
probably
we
be,
don't. You know what? I was just about to say it because
because
I was about to say,
she's not an
do
average
not,
person. She's actually
do
somebody
not.
that,
We don't even want
yeah.
to know who she is. At least
Yeah.
I don't. If
And
that,
I
y'all,
live in
if y'all,
Atlanta.
if this something y'all want to know, y'all go to his inbox because I don't want to know.
I'm not gonna
I
put her
don't
out there like that,
do
but
not put her out there like that.
she's
You
recognizable
see,
though.
well, do not put her out there like that. We don't need initials. If that's something y'all want to know, y'all gonna have to go to his inbox
Yeah,
because
stay tuned.
you,
You
you
know, you
won't
never
find
know.
out right here.
She might be a part of the situation.
Tell me, speak for yourself. You gonna have some inboxes before you lay your head to pillow tonight, cause cause I don't want to know here. I don't want to know why is the dad calling. Why is the daughter calling Ken dad, and
Hey,
they only
I
took
give y'all a hint. I give y'all a hint. You
no
can no
Marquez.
hint. All right,
No,
all right,
no,
okay,
don't do
all
that to
right,
her. Don't do that.
all right.
Not on here. I don't want that to be on here. Y'all go to Marquez inbox, and he is willing to give y'all hints. I don't want to know because
Nah, I don't check my. I don't be on my inbox. I ain't gonna lie. My inbox be crazy.
taste.
My inbox be crazy. I don't have time.
Taste she want to know. Inbox her, honey.
Starts with
Inbox.
love
Hey.
and
Mm-mm.
it ain't marriage.
Mm-mm-mm-mm. Well, Marquez, I really hope that I hope you felt okay about this interview. I really do. And I know that like I said, like I mean, I have my opinions. It may be biased to some, but it's my opinion, it's how I feel, and people are biased towards me. And I'm cool with that. I don't have a problem with it. People are people. So, I just really appreciate you being here tonight. I appreciate you being here, but you're gonna have to get those text messages to my inbox. You're
I
gonna have
got you.
to.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to.
I got you.
The link for the Zoom tomorrow is in my stories on Instagram, and it's in my community. It's on my community wall on YouTube also. Um,
And
but
let me tell y'all. Let me tell you real quick, kind of what I'm trying to do going forward, y'all.
let me know.
I really, truly, truly, I know I get emotional, and I know it's a lot going on with my relationship and my children, but there's a lot more to me. I've been working hard as an entrepreneur on various situations. One of which being a men's care. It's called Alien Men's Care. Um, my auntie is one of the largest white labelers in the country. So she's gonna help me with that. I also have a Don't Crash Out clothing brand, which is also a movement. I truly, truly feel I keep saying this, but I truly feel I want to create a conversation with men and these things that are going on that we don't get a chance to talk about and try to prevent some of these people from crashing out and giving people the questions that I'm asking Fletch and all that. I want to give men a real opportunity to get some real guidance because
Oh,
sometimes you do need reassurance.
oh. Speaking of Fletch, did you know him while you in?
Never met him till the day of the that backyard.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Go
Trish is
ahead.
related to a lot of people, so people when they ask if they relate, how they didn't know is because Huntsville is very small and everybody's related. To be honest,
Yeah, yeah. Because it's sometimes you can't know everybody until you meet them.
yeah, nah. Trish comes from 11 brothers. Her mom had 11 brothers and sisters. Her dad had like 12. She comes from 8 brothers and sisters. So there's a lot of cousins and intertwined. So there's a lot of. It's not uncommon for people in Huntsville to not really know their cousins. They might know their cousins, but they don't know them like that.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, somebody said who on the show is pretending to be married? Is somebody pretending to be married on the show?
Pretending to be married. Everybody that's married on the show is married. I mean,
Okay.
Kimmy and Maurice are married. I ran into Marcel the other day and he got his ring on. So yeah,
Oh, that's an exclusive. That's an
he got his ring on for sure.
exclusive.
I ran into him last week. I posted him on my story. Yeah, we talked after the Martell situation.
Do you think the cast
I
is
don't agree with Martell. I'm gonna be honest. I don't agree with Martell in that whole. I think that was some
nobody agrees with
whole
Marcel?
ASF.
Yeah,
Um,
nobody agrees with
it's not
Marcel.
cute. So like when you talk
Mm-mm.
about Ariane, I want to be clear. I'm not trying to talk to Ariane. I not even on that. It was back then. And when I say
Okay.
team male, I need people to understand when I say team male and I say woo woo, it's genuine and real. I'm not a fan. Like I truly feel like we have similar stories. We do have similar friends like in real life prior to this TV stuff. And I truly you guys stay tuned because me and her have some business ventures coming up that
Who?
me and Mel. You'll see. Whoop whoop
It's
whoop
women.
whoop.
Wait, is that it?
Don't
Wait a
worry,
minute.
don't worry,
Wait.
don't worry
Oh,
about it, sweetheart.
wait, because you posted it. Is it the one in the barbershop where you say, "Ooh, Melody Cherie products in here,"
Hey,
blah blah blah?
oh, you gotta stay tuned. You gotta stay tuned.
Okay.
Y'all ain't
Does
never seen a beauty bar before, but y'all stay tuned.
I saw it? I saw it. Does he see the cast being biased against Melody, and did he get reprimanded by CK for shouting out Mel on his live? Because when you said Melody Cherie, whoop whoop, we kind of felt like,
That's where it came from. I had no clue. I don't watch reality. I had no clue they had no issues, but he definitely shaded her. And the whoop whoop situation, Melody actually turned that into something when she shouted me on her live because I didn't even I was oblivious. This was the first time talking to Carlos. I'd be so oblivious. I'd be so trying to like this is the first interview I can be like myself. I'd be so much trying to get that information out there and try to like prove my point and tell my story. It doesn't resonate well. So, that Melody Cherie situation, that was organic and I man, I love her for that. Like, cause shout out to her. I didn't think that they were supposed to know that I was filming with her at her Melodies with Mimosas. That's why
oh yeah,
I thought he was like, but no, he shaded her. But no, Melody is man. I admire her, bro. I mean,
and
I
you know
admire.
what? We know
Yeah,
that. We can tell. We can tell you
yeah.
admire
Hey,
Mel.
and she fine too, though. Let's not be.
We
Hey,
we can
hey,
tell you admire Mel because when you got in that food
Melody.
video,
Hey,
you didn't know what you went in there to get a sandwich. You didn't know what you was doing. Trish in there
mm,
talking. You
Melody
didn't know what to do with
Cherie.
yourself.
Woo woo to you. But
Oh,
no,
did the
she's a
did the
great.
dentist ever speak with your grandmother?
They talked for an hour and a half, and she quit the show. And my grandma actually just sent her a book, for Path to Christ because, like I said, if you when you guys get to really know the core of who I am and my family and where I come from, like it's deep. And my grandma really had a come to Jesus moment with her, but this was something Dr. Heavenly was seeking. Like this was not something I put up. They talked, and I didn't even have nothing to say. And my grandma 96, so I'm not sure she took everything from it, but I know she left the show right after that, and then she ended up leaving again. But that's a genuine connection that we made. And she's here in Atlanta, and I know she got a lot to work on too on how she handles and does things, and we had that conversation. Um, so she's human too, but she definitely said some foul stuff about me, and I had to let her know, like you know.
Well, let me ask you this too. How did you feel about what Martell said about you tonight on the show? Because Martell said that he feels like Trish may not want to get a divorce, and he said if you asked him, like he basically said he still love Mel, but with everything that he's been through, and basically Ken should move out of the way and let you and Trish move how y'all gonna move. What do you think about that?
Marcel just be talking. He don't know what the hell he be
No,
talking
that was
about.
Martell.
Oh, Martell. Oh, Martell said that.
Yeah,
In a weird way, I think me and Martell have a lot more in common than we think. I don't agree with how he handles a lot of things, but I can see the hurt in him, like the hurt in me. So I think we have some things that we can relate to.
he
And
said
I
that.
think that me and him could have some great conversations that maybe can get clarity because I know for a fact he still loves Mel. And you can see that in his eyes and all of that. But it's the exact opposite for me. I love my children more than I love Trish. I think it's um you
Yeah, of
can't help
course,
you
of
can't help
course.
you can't help when you've been with somebody for so long to not say you love them. But I'm not in love with her to the point where I want to be in a marriage and have my family back to that unit that it was. Because
Hmm.
I've been out here long enough and I've had enough women in my life to know my value and um I've learned the type of woman that I need in my life. And that's someone who truly is like helping me grow and encourages me instead of like kind of like putting me down or being negative or not want to talk about it. Like the girl I'm with now is big on communication, so I've been able to really open up and communicate and accept my faults and my issues and then make change and move forward.
Do you talk about Trish with your girlfriend?
Nah, she don't like her. She
Okay,
don't she
okay,
don't
yeah,
want
she's
that.
different. That's good. That's good because
Nah.
we don't
It's
want to
all
hear
it's
that.
all positive energy over here because when this TV stuff goes off, man, we still got a life to live. So, we gotta stay on track. You know what I'm saying? I got right people in my corner to keep me on track for sure.
Well, that's good. That's good. Well, Mr.
Well,
Burnett.
you done got 2 hours out of me.
It's an hour and 39 minutes. It ain't that bad. We're gonna say goodbye to Marquez, and I'm gonna drop a link, and then we can come up and we can discuss Marquez. I'm not gonna be
Yo,
behind your
don't be too
back.
mean on me,
I ain't
yo.
gonna be behind your
Don't.
back. You can log back on.
I'm not. I'm out for the night. I'm not even. I'm finna call my babies. I'm finna call my son and my daughter right after
Call
this.
your son and your daughter. Call your children.
Yeah, I do.
Um,
But yeah, I say stay tuned. Break Bread Podcast. Don't crash out clothing. Whoop Whoop clothing brand, and then the Alien Men's Care, along with everything else that's gonna come with me and Mel and all the other people on this platform coming up in 2025. 2025 finna be lit, y'all. Hey, I left, but I'm back.
all right, you back. So you're in Huntsville right now.
No, I'm in Atlanta right now.
When you
I was
moving to
out.
Huntsville?
See, look, you asking a lot. I already got it. I'm already in Huntsville. I just came back from Christmas. I just
Okay,
got back
all right, all right,
yesterday.
all
Yeah.
right. Well, Marquez, I really do. You were a very good sport, and I appreciate it, and I really do appreciate you coming here telling your story. And I feel like, I mean, you got some fans in here. Like, it's some people that's really, 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 really pulling for you. They think you are very attractive, and they say, "Let me know
Hey man.
what you looking for, Marquez." But Marquez said he taken, like he taken with a piece of paper, and he taken after the paper is filed.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Nah, all that's y'all gonna see, but man, I'm just thankful. Thank you for making time for the platform. Period. I
Well,
can't say
you're
too
welcome.
much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you
I
for
mean,
that.
I really do hope you feel good about it. I really do, honestly.
Yeah, y'all pray for me because this is real life, y'all. Like honestly,
Absolutely.
it does hurt my heart to like hear these things and to see these things, but I do find peace when I do have conversations with the people that truly love me, and I never want to exploit any of this for any kind of fame. I wouldn't wish that on anybody when it's not warranted. So
That's
thank
right.
you, Millie Chan.
You are so welcome, Mr. Burnett, and thank you for being here. And I wish you nothing but the best with all of your jobs, all of your endeavors for the 2025. Woot woot. We'll be here.
All right, and then I'll drop the links, and then I'm gonna send you a care package, and then we'll
I'll
see
put
how
it
much you
on.
support me. All
I
right.
ain't got no problem with support
Hey,
you. And you know what? You go on Amazon and you go and buy one of the three books or all three of them.
I
And
got you.
all
And I'll
right, all
post
right.
it.
And you post it. And I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you, you're gonna need somebody with you when you read it. You're gonna need somebody with you when you
Why?
read it.
Why I'ma cry?
No, no, no,
Because I
no,
say I be crying all the time, so
no,
it
no,
should,
no,
you know
no,
what I'm
no, no.
saying?
It'll be a different effect. I'm good at what I do, so it'll be a
Okay.
different effect.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
So
we can talk offline, man. There's a lot
we'll
of
talk
opportunities
offline.
for sure.
We'll talk offline, and I'll send you the links, and you send me what you gonna send me, and we will support each other. I don't have any problem. I can have whatever opinion I have, but I can definitely support a black man. I don't have a problem with that.
And that's all I ask for, y'all. Support
Yeah,
us like brothers, man, because it ain't easy. And y'all want
Kendra,
to. Hey, make sure y'all
thank
hit that like button and subscribe, right? Like button and subscribe to Millie Chan.
thank you so much, Kendra. Thank you so much, Marquez.
You welcome.
Um, I'm gonna drop you down, and I'll be in touch, and I'll be waiting on these inboxes.
All right, give me some time. I got you. All
Okay,
right,
I mean, my my
I
my
got you.
Zoom is tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, so you got some time to get it done. 8 o'clock
All right,
Central.
all
All
right, I
right,
got you.
all
All right,
right. Bye,
peace out, Earl.
bye, y'all. Bye, him. All right, y'all. Kendra, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hold on 1 second. I will do this. Hold on. Oh, there it goes. So if y'all want to come up, anybody want what Courtney at? Courtney, you need to come up so we can debrief. If anybody wants to come up and debrief, Kendra, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate that so much. Thank you all so much. What you mean I've been redeemed? I was never unredeemed. Thank Hey girl.
Hey, Millie Shaw, congratulations on a
Thank
great
you.
live.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Let me say this to the people because they feel like that I was easier on Trisha Ken. Like I have a very, very, very cyber groupie. Okay, they said I wasn't smiling and that, but I felt a certain way, and if people heard what I had to say, how do I feel about him since the interview? Hold on, Latrice, I'm gonna get right to that. Let me put it here so I can get to that. I had a very distinct opinion of Marquez, right? I still kind of have an opinion of Marquez. I don't dislike Marquez. I don't dislike him. That's not what it is. He's not my favorite person because I didn't feel like Marquez did what a man is supposed to do. Marquez to me was not doing what men do. So therefore, I have an opinion about him. Now, with people saying that I'm biased and I didn't give, I mean, I was going to be like I was going to. Y'all don't know the process I've been through all day today to get to this point. Like I've been praying today. I've been, I've been doing a lot of stuff because I know how I feel. And then after I talked to him, of course, it was different, but I definitely wanted him to tell his story. But when he said he was gonna crash out, then we was gonna all be crashing out. But it was a great interview.
It was. You did an awesome job.
Thank you.
Yes, I was
Um,
thoroughly entertained.
yes.
It was very interesting.
I mean,
Party in the chat.
I think for your history, right? I
Mm-hmm.
think that you did a very good job. Like you said, it took a lot for you to even get to the point to even want to give the interview.
Because I
But
said I wasn't.
right, being the person that you are, you do want to please your audience, your supporters, and so forth,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
so, it's always two sides to a story, and then there's the truth. And so, to be able to get his perspective, because of course he's been on different interviews, but people ask different questions, and so you'll get a different answer. And
Right.
so, I think it was very insightful to some of the things that he's saying, and to me he gives me the Martell vibe because
That's all I
it's
can put
like
up there right now.
he's been exposed per se. And so
Mm-hmm.
now it's like I want to go and taint and expose someone else. You want her
Right.
to hurt because you've been, and so I don't feel like his intentions are pure.
Okay, let me go to Courtney because Courtney feels a certain way. I think Courtney, you got him on his side, right? And y'all get these likes up. I don't know why we had to keep asking y'all that. Courtney, what are you thinking?
Hold on. My mic
Oh,
won't unmute.
I,
Hey,
oh,
Millie Chan. I think you
hey
did a great
girl,
job.
thank you.
Excellent interview. Um, I really yeah, if I gotta pick a side, yes, Marquez side. Because I don't understand how we have consistently watched Trisha lie about everything in every scene, but when it comes to Marquez, everything she says about Marquez is true. When we've her sit at the table with Kimmy and everybody. Her and Ken couldn't even come up with the dates of when they started dating. Um, she's lying about the Martell situation, in my opinion. She's also, there is that message out of Marquez couldn't go with the story. So, what is the story that you wanted him to be the deadbeat while Ken came out looking glorious?
Yep.
Because what is the story that he wouldn't go along with? That's the part that he's not going along with. So what has everybody seen that he's shown on camera to solidify what she said? Y'all just going based off, and she's lied about everything else. I
But
don't get how nobody come to that conclusion.
but I will say this: it's not that I believe Trish 100% because Trish has shown herself to be a not truth teller. I'm not that. I'm not there. Right? There are just some
Mm-hmm.
things that I believe Trish about. And there
Mm-hmm.
may be two of those things I really believe her about. Now, everything else, like, I don't know why you would admit stuff out of a sentence. I don't know why you would later on come back and tell somebody. I don't know why you would say you was at the gym or a living room. Like, I don't know why you would say something like that, right?
But I listened to your interview with Ken, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember when Ken confirmed that Marquez had good jobs?
Yeah.
He confirmed that in your interview. I remember him saying that.
Yeah, he's
But let
mhm.
Trish
He did.
tell it. He's a bum that never works and he don't never have no money. But then Ken gets up there and say, "Well, he had good jobs. He was making good money." I
But you got to
specifically caught
realize
that part because I was
also,
like, "Well, that's opposite of what she's saying."
But you got to realize that was also coming after that Marquez had posted in his story that, oh my God, I can't believe this phone call was 4 years in the making. And Ken did speak highly of Marquez because they had that conversation. So that
And
had
he wasn't
changed
telling his truth.
totally completely. Now,
Yeah,
as far as go ahead.
I think that I'm kind of like you. She left out a lot of things, and so it makes it doubtful. The only thing that I have, I guess, repeating what the show says, is how a man um walks away from his kids, and he couldn't even stand in and even admit that, I fell short and my dad stepped in and helped. He backed away
Yeah.
from that.
Yeah, he
And
didn't even
I
answer
had
that
to
question
work, and
tonight.
so there was an excuse there. And I just feel like, just being, a single mom, then got married, and then being single again, regardless what goes on with the adults, you never abandon your kids. And I mean, if you're supposed to get every other weekend and you couldn't get that weekend because of whatever, okay, cool, But with this months and then it becomes years that you're having these long breaks, that's a problem.
Where
Mm-hmm.
has that been
Can I
confirmed
jump in
other
here?
than Trisha saying it?
Yeah, yeah,
Where have you
Milton.
gotten the confirmation?
I have, yeah.
Really,
And
really.
I just
What have
can
y'all
I just
seen
jump
that
in?
that has been confirmed other
Look,
than Trish saying it?
hold on one
Mm-hmm.
second, Courtney. Who's that said what?
This is Ms. RR. I just wanted to bring up a couple of things. It was a lot of things that Marquez said, but it was a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things that he didn't say too.
Mm-hmm.
I think at some point he's still trying to not. He's trying to tell the truth, but he's still
Mm-hmm.
trying to shield Trish in a way. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
I
saying?
think
that's
that
right.
He don't really want to like, cause
crash
if
out.
she
He don't
looks
want to crash
super
out on Trish.
horrible, yeah, if she looks really bad, he's gonna look really bad, and I don't think he wants that to happen. But he also wants to tell the truth too. And what I noticed Trish does, and I think she's been coached by Destiny, she
Mm-hmm.
won't tell the exact truth. She tells stuff where you could take it this way or you could take it that way. Because when
Yes.
she was talking about how he wasn't doing for the kids or whatever it is, but when she sat down with him for ice cream, she was like, "Yeah, I know you take care of them. I know you do, but you wasn't there. You need to be there." This whole time, she insinuated like that man wasn't doing a thing. But when she
Yep.
said in his face, the only problem she had with him was him being present, like physically present. And that's why he's
Yeah,
saying, "I'm back." You see what I'm
right.
saying?
And
Okay,
you know
well,
what?
that's the one thing you holding on me. I'm gonna take that back, and I'm gonna come
That
back to Huntsville. Yeah.
that happened tonight on the show when all that stuff came up about Chris and Martell and her in
Mm.
the gym, and it was
Mm.
like for the longest time, well, the way Trish gave it was that Fletcher was hooking him up, but then Fletcher had come in and Martell was trying to talk over it.
Mhm.
But it seems like Chris was just saying, now Chris was wrong for even mentioning other women to Martell at that time anyway. But it did seem like Chris had mentioned about Trish to Martell, but it didn't seem like it was what she was saying. And when Ken was like, no, when she said, no, I want to just go. And he was like, no, let's get down to the bottom of it. Because like he said, now this whole thing is coming back up. Now it's a little different.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I get a little
I
different.
think her point of view is off. I think Trish has a certain point of view, and
No.
she's always reshaping it so that she
She's a
can
liar.
see herself as the victim.
Hmm.
Yeah, may I
That's what I
speak?
think.
Millie Chan, can I just bring up a point real quick? This is pretty run eyes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now, coming from, I had two sons with, absentee fathers, meaning they weren't in the home, whatever. Now, she made it seem like nobody did nothing for her kids, just like the caller before me said. But in fact, the dad came and took them to school and stepped up where his son was absent or out of town. Isn't that still deemed help?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
it's
can't
something
you can't
else.
negate the fact that, because they helped on the fact that, okay, that's the grandkids, and that is
That's
on
support.
behalf of the son. And
That is
Mm-hmm.
yes, he
support.
gave her the 5,000 to put in the house. She never said he
House.
didn't.
That's right.
And
Yeah, he
Hmm.
didn't answer that
another
question. I asked him
point,
that tonight.
And we
Another point
know if
I'll just
a man
say
is
real
cheating.
quick, just real quick, and then I'll hush. Um, I think he had those receipts on standby,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
because they made progress,
Mm-hmm.
he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't want to crash out per se so that his
Mm-hmm.
kids won't respect him anymore. I
Right.
don't think
I
he
Mm-hmm.
gives
agree.
a crap about Ken or Trish, to be
That's
honest.
all he care
But
about, them
if
babies.
he makes Trish look bad, his kids are going to look bad, and
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
that's going to make him look bad because he didn't
Mm-hmm.
protect their mom,
Yep.
I agree. I agree
in
with
my
you. I
opinion.
agree.
I think
I
he
And
agree
has
with
the
great
you.
job,
receipts.
Millie.
I
Miss
think
Tough
he
Millichan.
has
great job.
receipts. I do. I believe Ken. I mean, not him.
Miss
Not Ken.
Millichan.
Him.
Miss Millichan.
Uh-huh.
This is Justice. I just want to say, in the end, great interview. Well, you
Yes.
said it wasn't an interview, so I don't know if it was or not,
I mean,
but
it was,
I
I don't
thought,
really, I just be having conversations. I don't consider this to
But
be
you
anything. I
was
just
yeah,
want
on
to talk
it.
about what's going
yeah,
on.
but this is what I wanted to say to you. When you invite someone to your home, and that's your platform, that's your home, you treat them right. I was offended for him because you really started out, and I understand you probably was speaking off of past experiences or life experiences, but that
Mhm.
just to me just didn't seem right. The way you just totally, to me, shredded him with how you feel. And what we wanted to know is what was going on in his life. But I learned more about you. This is my first time on your platform, first time listening in or anything. And I really heard it for him when you originally started. And I know to you, after listening to you, you said that you had your preconceived ideals about him. And I give you that. We all have them about everybody. But we got to know how to treat people with our preconceived ideas and with our biases and our opinions and our experiences. And when you started off, this is just my opinion. I felt like you treated him like dirt, really. And it hurt me just listening to it because he's so humble. If you lie, if you're a lie, if you're a thief, whatever you are, but if you can be humble in the midst of somebody talking down to you, somebody that make you look worse than what everybody else think about you, because that's how I felt. And I just wanted to say, in the end, I gained more respect for you because this is my first time here, but I have pre-biases and so does everybody else on here, but we still got to know how to treat people when we invite them to our house. That's all I'm
Well,
saying. Otherwise, if we don't like them, don't invite them.
well, this is what I do. So I'll invite if my audience
No, I
wants.
understand. Don't get offended. See,
Oh
that's
no,
the
no, no,
problem.
no. I'm not
Okay,
getting
but you
mad. It's
sound, and
okay.
then too, that might be just the way you sound. Because
Yeah,
I'm saying that
exactly.
because all of a sudden you sound like you're offended by what I say. But if you got an
No,
opinion and you have a bias, shouldn't I be able to have one too?
and I should always be able to have one, and it always
Yes,
seems like I
ma'am. Yes,
should.
ma'am.
But I will say this: you were not privy to the conversation that Marquez and I had before we came on. So
No,
Marquez,
ma'am. I wasn't.
exactly. So Marquez and I had already talked about how I showed up because it's no misunderstanding how I feel. If you listen
Hmm.
to anything I say, you would have already
No,
known.
ma'am. I told you this is my first time here.
Okay,
I
okay,
told you I had never been here before, and I said I heard it for him when you originally started, because I learned more about you in the beginning than I did him.
yeah.
And I
And
was
the only
saying
thing
I
I
wish
had
you
to go
let him
on
speak.
The only
Mhm.
thing I had to go on what he did on the show, and that's the only thing I can speak to. I can't speak to anything else because even the things that he said tonight, I can't speak to that because I can only talk about what I've seen. And you formed your opinion about
Yes,
him, how
ma'am.
you feel against for
Yes,
your
ma'am.
body. You
Yes,
understand
ma'am.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. Uh
So
huh.
I have
Definitely.
I have strong opinions about
And
Marquez.
you know what? I'm not knocking the opinion. I'm knocking how you handle your opinion when you're talking to
Oh,
someone at your house. That's what I'm speaking of. You can have
Yeah,
your opinion. I can have mine. But if I invite you over to my home and I've already heard
I agree
something
with you
about you, but I took the liberty to invite you, I'm going to treat you with respect. That's
And I
all
and
I'm
I and
saying.
I agree. I agree, and I'm like that too. But when I'm talking and I get my point across, sometimes it doesn't come across the way people would like for it to come across. And
No,
at the
ma'am.
end, at the end of the, and it's okay because that's
Yes,
me.
ma'am.
So that by the
And you
time
know
it
what,
comes
Miss
in the end, it works out.
and you said, when you say it like me, you negates the fact that you recognize that, hey, I could do better. So and I'm just bringing that up because if you tell me, Justice, when you called in, you kind of disrespected my panel, and I say, oh, that's just me, then I don't give a damn about what you're saying.
No,
So
no, no.
please.
If you no, no, you say whatever you
So
feel. I
don't
respect
say
you.
just me. Just say, that's your
No, it,
opinion, okay? And if you feel like you could have did something better, admit that because it'll make me feel better. Because this is my first time here, and I want to come back. But now you've given me a preconceived idea too. So,
yeah.
but I want to
But
put that
but she
preconceived
actually
idea
said
to the
that.
side because in the end, I saw a different side
Oh,
of you.
okay.
Exactly.
I
I saw
just want to
something that
jump
was
in for
good.
2 seconds because I'm in
Militron,
another country. Can I
Militron,
just jump
Okay.
in for 2 seconds?
Sure.
I'm in
Go
another
ahead.
country and I've been
Go
up since
ahead.
yesterday.
Go
How
ahead. I'm
y'all
Yes,
doing?
sorry.
ma'am.
I
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
please. I'm so sorry. I hate to jump in, but because I had to address the young lady just now, the older lady just now, because you did say you actually said what she just said that you didn't say. I think you were fine. I this is my first time on here too. First of all, I'm Tia B, the Thugs Pastor, aka the Freedom Developer, whatever. Listen, I love your platform. I'm glad you came up in my algorithm. You just came in my algorithm a couple days ago, and I just saw you live. And so this is my first time seeing you live. And I loved it. I loved it. I think you did perfect. I already knew. I'm glad you checked Darlene because it wasn't an interview like they tried to do Shannon Sharp. It was a conversation.
Yeah.
People don't know the difference of a conversation and an interview. They don't. So that's good. Thank you for checking her. Shout out to all my people that's in the comments too. I see a couple of my people in the
Hey,
comments, but
Tim.
hey, is that my girl? Hey, Moody. I
Miss
see that.
Crystal.
There you go. I knew you were jumping on all them super chats you said. I said she finna pop want to hit that link. But anyway, what I wanted to say real quick was the guy, he's special. He is special. His birthday the same day as Carlos King. Some people was asking what his sign was. His actual birthday is the same day as Carlos King. That's so funny. Now,
Oh wow.
it is. It's the same day as Carlos. It's so funny.
I hate that we was born
But
in the
when
same month.
he was on Dr. Heavenly, now I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. His story hasn't changed. He really, really, I believe a lot. I would say I believe 95% of what he say.
Mm-hmm.
What I think his problem is, I think he's unaware. I don't think he lying. I think he unaware of the fact that some of the stuff he's done is not a good father. If you said you left and went upstairs in 2020, and then you said you've been gone almost 3 to 4 years. Well, it's 2024. Well, it's 2025 almost, but that's
Yeah.
literally like 4 years away from your kids, though. Even though he was in the house, he left not too long after that to Atlanta. So I'm counting the timelines. Now, all of their timelines have changed. All of them, from Ken to Trish to Marquez. Their timelines have changed. All of them.
I
So
agree.
we really can't believe none of them on as far as the timeline. It seemed like everybody was
My
playing around
kids
and
have been
messing
more
around and doing what
consistent
they
than
was
any
doing.
of them.
But I just
Mi-
want to say this last thing, and then I'm gonna be quiet. I don't care if it was 10 parties. I don't care if it was a real party 3 weeks ago. I don't care if it was 10 parties for filming. I don't care how many parties it was. The liquor you was drinking up is the liquor you should have bought. You should
Yeah.
have walked in there with something. I don't care. And I hope he watching to hear this one part, boy, because he's immature. I like the kid though. It's something about him.
Yeah.
I know some people in the comments too. I like him. I don't know why he's
Yeah.
special, but I
Me
Yeah.
like
too.
him. And then,
He does have a likable spirit. He does.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
mhm.
give him
he
that.
does.
But as far as like, I think for me, when he came in there empty handed, like you said, it does. You know, you filming. You know, people talking about you not being here for your kids. So why would you show up without nothing in your
Yeah, that
hand?
was his son's
he's
I mean,
just
graduation
taking
party.
shots
I
though
feel
with somebody
bad.
else's liquor.
Yeah,
Milton,
it's like
let me just say this, Milton. This
yes,
Crystal. Hey, y'all. Milton, this your
Hey,
house. Okay? This is your house.
I'm
You
aware.
yes, ma'am.
you act how you want in your house.
With
And
the
you don't ever
tone you
let
want.
anybody control that, baby. We Texas born and Texas bred, okay? You act and then Louisiana bound.
Amen.
You act how
Amen.
you want to act in your house. If somebody don't like it,
Amen.
they can get the stepping.
That
Okay?
part.
I
And you
was
know
That
what?
finna
I
say
part.
that.
just think that
That was
Amen.
I think
very
Amen.
disrespectful for her to
100%.
get on here. That was very disrespectful for her
It
to get on
was.
here and say
That
everything that
was one
she
of those
said.
elder disrespects where they come
And
in
she
and
was
try to
elderly.
tell
That's
you
why
how
I
to
changed
live
what I
your
said when I
life.
said the young lady.
Yeah, that
But
was not
but you know what?
disrespect at all. There's no way, Miss Middleton, did you feel
Wait a minute. Hold
disrespected
on.
in any
Hold
way?
on. Hold
Yeah,
on.
yes, that was very disrespectful,
I'm
When you
ma'am.
speaking to
tell
Miss
someone how to
Militime.
act
Hold
And I'm
on.
and you
speaking to
No,
tell
I
you.
them
didn't
what
tell
they
her how
need
to
to do
act
to
at
make
Hold
you
all.
on.
feel
Hold
a
on, y'all. Hold
certain
And
on.
then
Wait,
way,
tried to check
then
her.
yeah.
No, no, I said
Wait,
about how I felt.
Let me say
Yeah,
this.
and you're
Let me say this.
responsible for how you
Let me
feel.
say this, because y'all know we be real good over here. You know how that goes. But I think for content creators, I think Tay, and if Courtney is in here, anybody that's in here, we all get hit with being biased. We all get hit with that because we may talk about the person that you really love, not the way you want to, and then we may talk about somebody that we really like, not the way you want to. And because we are giving out information, I think people feel like we should be on an even scale and we shouldn't just care or teeter either way. But like I had said to her, I just I still feel a certain way because of what did she say when she said from overseas? Oh, let me put her back up here. But because what she said from overseas, I feel like, you know, it, it is what it is. I can't hide, like I try. I really do. Like I said, I prepared today. I did all I could do to prepare because I had told y'all last week I was not going to talk to Marquez. Y'all remember that?
Yeah,
See, I didn't know that.
I
I
said
did
I wasn't
Yeah,
remember
going
you
that.
said
to talk.
that. You did.
But this is your first time in her house too. So you should have gone back and listened to some of her previous videos of how
But I
Mila
thought she
Chan
Clips.
made.
I said this is my
I
first
think
time catching
Miss
her
Mila
live. Don't
Middleton.
try
Chan
to check
stayed
me,
in her
I
ma'am.
think
Wait a
Miss
studio
minute, because I'm from
Middleton made a.
Baltimore. I
and
might
If
be
went
somebody would
overseas,
to
but
let
I'm
me
from
the
speak, I would
Baltimore.
like to
studio.
Hold
say
on.
You should
the
I
only
you should have
reason
said
went
why
back
I
I
and
was
watched
Take
her
her
speaking.
to the
clips.
house.
Hold
Military
on,
Oh
ma'am.
Lord.
Ma'am, I
You should have
watched her clips. I said, this is my
you should
first
Yeah,
have
time
heard how
catching
they
her
I
live. Don't do
understand.
me.
I
I'm from
understand.
Baltimore.
I'm
Wait
just
a
saying
whole
that
minute.
Miss Middleton
and
said that we were
Because I
welcome
know
Milton
to
what I
give our
said.
opinion.
yeah,
Miss Middleton.
you gave
Okay,
it, so now I'm giving mine.
I
Miss,
Milton
thought
is
you were
very
rude. I
respectful.
thought you
Tay
were
is
rude,
very
ma'am.
respectful. Tia is very respectful. Because he got up here and lied like he always do, and Millichan didn't go for it, and she didn't fall for it, and she didn't just let it slip up under the rug. This her house, so
yes, it is.
she
And
can
she said
react.
that we could
I've
give our
She
watched her
can
opinion,
react
and
videos.
how
that's
I
all
she
said
I'm
this is
want to
my
giving you
first
react.
my
time
opinion.
live.
And
Okay.
this is
So
still
I
her
ain't
house,
check.
and
I ain't
like
checked
I
you
told
yet.
her, I
I ain't
enjoyed
checked
the
you yet.
last
I'm
end
gonna
of
go over here.
of
I'm
the
gonna turn the
interview.
camera off, finish braiding
Okay.
my hair, so I
My
can finish this.
ladies, can I
And
just
what
say
I want
something
to
real
do
quick?
tonight.
And I'm gonna be right off of this platform.
Okay.
No,
Yes.
but
This
like
Yeah.
I
is
said,
hang
Militia,
on,
this is my first
man.
time catching you
Okay,
live.
can I
I
just
I
speak?
literally have
Hello,
watched some of
hello,
your
Mm.
clips.
hello,
And I said I like you. I'm
hello,
glad you came up in my algorithm. I
hello.
know what I said. I did
You're
not
gonna
say
have
this
to
my
mute
first
her,
time
Damn.
ever
Millie.
seeing her.
Hello,
Sorry.
everyone. Hello, everyone. We are all adults, and I know that
Yes.
we want to hear each other at we want to hear each other, right?
Yes.
So I think it's very cordial to let people speak and listen. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
all the back and forth in the chat on her platform like this is overwhelming. People
It's
want to
a lot.
hear, and we can't hear with all the extra talking back and forth. We can't listen if we're not hearing. All I want to say is thank you for having me on, Millie Chan.
Thank you,
I'm
darling.
not
Thank you for
I'm
being
not
here,
the
honey.
other I'm not the other Darlene. I'm a different Darlene.
Okay.
But I just wanted to say, yeah, you redeem yourself, girl. I know your facial expressions had me laughing, and I was like, oh my gosh, girl, wait.
I was trying. I looked one time and I said, okay, let me just sit up. Somebody told me to smile. I said, okay, let me get it together.
Yeah. But it was good though. You really came through. I know you have your opinions. We all will have
Yeah,
our opinions, but I think he just redeemed himself. I mean, he's the kind of person that's just like he's trying to really come through to give people the receipts to tell you what's going on.
yeah.
He's just like someone else said, I think he's really trying to protect and not put too much out there so he can have that cordial relationship with her. And he's
Mm-hmm.
dealing with his children. He cares about his children. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he's back to redeem himself. So, we have to give grace sometimes to people. He admitted he messed up. He wasn't there for whatever period of time. He left for his reasons, but he
Yep.
loves his children. He's back to redeem. He's back to be in their lives. And that's what really
Thank you,
matters
honey.
here, right? At the end of
I
the day.
agree.
I
You have
Yeah.
to.
agree.
And I will say this too. Let me say this too. And I want to hear from Tay. But let me say this too. I don't know these people. And for all I know, they on the phone talking about this interview and they put it together for me to
Exactly.
interview all of them. That's how I look at it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When
Yeah.
I do this for y'all. I love to do it. I love to do it because 10 times out of 10, y'all not ready to form y'all opinions anyway. So, so when y'all get in my inbox and say, well, you need to talk to Marquez because you talked to all of them. I said, okay, well, they want me to talk to Marquez. I'm gonna talk to Marquez. They know how I feel about it. I'm gonna work on it, and I brought it to you. So, like I said, at the end of the day, when I get off this live, I gotta go in here and watch another housewife because I'm behind. You know what I'm saying? That's where I am with it. It's not. I'm not stuck in it. I don't sit in it because I have 5,000 other things to do. I got a Zoom tomorrow with a vision board and a book review. I'm not about to be sitting here thinking about Marquez. Please understand that. So,
Right.
so that's not even. I'm not that creator. I don't. I talk about it and I move on. I think I posted about 5 videos a day. I did 3 housewives. I did some something.
We move with you. We move with you.
That's right.
Oh, somebody said, "Well, I talked to Coleslaw." Creole, let me say this. Let me say this.
No.
Let me put this up here. Layla, thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. Y'all have been wonderful with the chats. I appreciate it so much. But Arion Curry is not going to talk to me. She's not. Like I would talk to her. I would talk to Arion. I would talk to Arion. Arion has called me some names. I want to know where she came with that from. I got a lot of questions for Arion, but I don't think she'll do that. But Tay, what you got to say?
Well, have a good night, y'all. Bye, Tay. Bye, everybody. I just wanted to say that.
Bye,
Love you guys. Bye,
I know
guys. Have a
Tay
good
finna be like,
night. Thank
"Child."
you.
Everybody on the panel. Thank you for letting me out, Miller China. It's the first time I've been on the little platform or whatnot. You did good. You've been doing good. I love it. When you did, I'm gonna call her Trish. I ain't gonna call her your boing boing. When you did Trish, I was like, okay, Miller Child standing on business, and I didn't think you was gonna do Marquez, and I said maybe she will knock them all out, and you did, and that's why I can't interview nobody that I don't like because your face would have been my face, and like I already know I can't do nothing with it, so I just would just spare them and not even do it because I couldn't have done it. Like I couldn't have done it with somebody I didn't like. But
I wanted to know what like he seemed to have a lot to say. When he came in my inbox, he was like, "Oh, you call me Salamander Sam," and I was tickled because I did. So
excuse me, Salamander Sam, but no, this is what I think, and I want to know from you, with him and Trish breaking up and then him going to Atlanta, why do you feel like that's like him leaving his family? Because like, do you feel the same way like about Maurice on the show? Like, because it's kind of like the same situation. He left, his family, and he went to Alabama, and then eventually over some of the years, then his son came to stay with them for a pinch, it looks like, and then he's back up here. So I want to know, like, why do you think that? Like, because they broke up, that doesn't, to me, it doesn't mean that, but
no, I know exactly what you're saying, and I think he kind of said the same thing tonight too. I think for me, I think it was like somebody said, I'm taking it personal. Millie Chan is trauma bonding with Trish, or Millie Chan is this, that, and other. I believed Trish when she said when her parents passed or her sister passed, and if anybody has lost someone, either if you have a mother or father, a husband or whatever, and when she said that I needed him to be there, that's the person I wanted to be there, regardless of what they have going on. But she needed him. For him to say, I didn't know how to handle that because I haven't lost anyone, so I couldn't be there for her, I really thought that was gutter. For you to be my husband, and then Trish had to bury her family, be a mother, and go to work, and she had nobody she could go to but you around the corner talking to your boys about what she's going through. So I just lost a lot of respect for that matter. It seems like Maurice, whatever they said, Kyle was cheated or whatever. I don't know what that situation was, but then when he was talking to Marceau and he was talking about the reasons he left, I was like, wow, like, why would you go? And then at the time before we got into Ken, Ken had come in, he had taken the kids here, got the kids a car, and he just, I'm just gonna go forward until last episode when Ken said, "Why do you think? Whose fault do you think it is that the baby called me dad instead of you?" When he said Trish, I can't, because that's not Trish's fault. It's not her fault if if Ken is there and you're not there. Now he did say tonight that he was working. Didn't he say that?
Mm-hmm.
He said he was working, so that's a different situation. But if you're not in there, and then I don't know, Trish said tonight on the show that the girl said she gonna call him Marquez or him. I mean, I don't know that dynamic,
But
but
this
I
that
just think if they were that close, if he was that close, I'm sorry, I just want to jump back in. I'm gonna let you jump right back in. If he was that close to his daughter, there would be no way another man she could call another man daddy. I don't see it. I was a daddy's little girl. I just can't see it. If y'all was that close, she wouldn't even unction to say dad to
That's right.
another man if she was that close to her dad. Phone calls or not,
yeah,
FaceTime, phone calls, Google Meet, whatever. If
yeah,
she was that close, I just can't see it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Militron, I wanted to
disagree.
step back in there because you talking about losing the parents. I was in a relationship and my father died, and 2 weeks later I had to bury my mother. Okay.
oh
So I
God,
was actually in a relationship I had been in for 11 years.
mm-hmm.
Okay. And I went through something similar like Trish. He
Okay,
did
Mm,
not know how to be there for me. He had never experienced losing a parent. Both of his parents were there. And I was actually experiencing something I wouldn't even wish on my worst enemy. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even
okay,
describe what it was that I was going through, because when I say to lose parents like that feels so surreal,
Mm.
and you don't even get a chance to get your mind wrapped
you
around
can't
what
think.
just happened with dad, and then here goes mom, and then to be back in the same funeral home and see the marquee and just see the names change
Yeah,
within
Mm.
2 weeks.
My
That's
Lord.
it's all weirdo reality. So it can take you from what you thought you were a grounded person in this life. If you don't have God, you ain't gonna make it. You know what I'm
no,
saying? And to put that kind of responsibility on somebody else to pull you back, you're
Yeah.
gonna need something stronger. Now, let me just tell you this. First off, I jumped on your platform and I didn't tell you. You did a phenomenal job. It
thank
was
you.
Yes.
wonderful. You were on point. He could not get away from you. I was like foot on the gas, sis. I was so proud of you. You know what I'm saying? So I really enjoyed it. Keep it coming. Y'all knocking it out the park. Every content creator I listen to. But to go back to what I was saying, you were saying you don't understand how someone. Let me tell you, the guy that I loved, my daughter's father, he
Mm-hmm.
cheated because I was not present. I'm gonna tell you that year that happened, I can't recall anything I did. Like I functioned. I
Yeah,
was on autopilot, but I can't tell you what I did. I had no memories that year. That year that all that happened, because I'm not to lay it on thick, but 7 months after my mom, my oldest brother. So
Oh,
when
I'm
they
sorry.
say it came come in threes, yes, it did that year.
uh-huh.
And so when I say it put me on a different trajectory in my life,
Mm.
it did. And there, I'm telling you, he couldn't help me. And the only thing that helped me with him being him and needing what he needed, and I couldn't supply it because I didn't even know who the hell I was at the time.
Right.
He went and got it from somewhere else.
Mm.
And I
Well, I
never thought in my situation.
and I look, and honestly, I really do understand it. I understand that sometimes people are not strong enough, but like whoever said that about me, maybe I was speaking from my own personal experiences, because like when my father passed, my mother was in a zombie state for a while. I had to take over. Then I left because I went to
Mhm,
college. So it
mhm.
was like I understand that, but she did have a support. She had support around her, and I was in college. I made sure that people are around her. But the thing is, my father never stopped taking care of my mother. to this day. You understand what I'm saying? Like those type of men really don't exist anymore.
Yeah,
like,
they don't.
My
They
mother
don't,
is
sweetheart.
well taken care of because my father took the steps as a man to be there in life or death. So
I
it's
think the
hard.
dynamic
So
is that they got
my
together
blueprint,
so young. They
right?
were so young.
They
Yeah,
were so young, and I have to take that into consideration too. I really do, and I thought about that tonight when he was talking. When he said they was
Yeah.
17, I was like,
17
"Child, ain't
and
no
They
way I
still
would have married
babies
nobody.
now.
yeah,
Ain't no way.
Yeah,
My
but
baby just turned 18. It ain't no way she could be married to nobody."
That's what
yeah.
I'm saying. And she's beautiful too, by the way.
Thank
but
you.
you know,
We was different back then, though.
I think what
Yeah.
Trish is saying though, I
Hmm.
think what Trish is saying though, right? Because my son, as my avatar right there, he passed at 22, and
Mm.
you know, it's the thing about it is, you know, it's like when things happen like that, you know, everybody shows up, everybody's checking on you and so forth. But
Mhm.
it's the after is when you need the support,
When you
when you
need it,
need
yeah.
people to
Mm-hmm.
stand.
When
You know what I'm
everybody goes
saying?
home,
And
everybody goes
right, and
home, and
so
nobody's bringing
right,
food,
and
and
right, and I think that, you know, like disappearing entirely, you know, that's crazy. But
Yeah.
even if he
that's
doesn't know, and she may not be able to convey exactly what she needs, but
Mm-hmm.
just to see and be able to reflect back that, I mean, I remember my support system. You know, I got ready to get up off the couch. Just like, what you? I said, I'm fixing to go get some water. I'll get it. Sit down. You see what I'm saying? Like the little things like that. You know, it's
yeah.
like, well, what you doing today? Oh, I'm gonna go to the grocery store. Well, I'll go for you, or I'll go with you. You see what I'm saying? I think that's what Trish is meaning when she
Yeah.
said he wasn't there. You get what I'm saying?
You
It's
think
not
you
to
wanted him
fix,
there?
right? It's not to fix what she's going through because I mean, still today, it's been 7 years since my son passed, and I'm still coping and dealing every single day, right? But to be able to have somebody that you thought was your person to abandon you, like, and I think that's what she has. She probably still has a
I
lot of
think we're
resentment
looking over
towards
the
him.
fact his
I didn't think they
personality
were there
type
for
is
each other. Yeah.
he can't take it. He
I,
can't.
I I don't even think that he even had the emotional capacity because if
That's
you
what
There
I
you
was.
go.
listen to
He
Trish,
ain't got
she
it.
said
There
that
you go,
He
did
Tay.
And
still
everything.
he's
don't have it.
honest
She did
about that
everything.
too.
Did everything. She did everything. So I don't even think that he knew how to be there for her. And even like now present day, how she said, well, he left and I did everything. I didn't trip on him. I ain't make him do nothing. I ain't tell him to do this, da, 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 da. So now that Ken is around and y'all are talking about it and Ken is saying this is a problem, now Marquez is looking like, what's the problem? Because it wasn't a problem before.
Mm.
You train people how to treat you.
That's
And
right.
if she has taken that and built this comfortability for him, he don't think he did nothing wrong because he wasn't doing anything outside the norm that he hadn't been doing already. And that was
Unaware.
letting her take care of everything
Unaware.
because she said she was fine. She didn't. I don't, but that also don't align with him having that father that he had in his life, but it could just look different if he's on the other end. I just don't think that he ever grew up. I don't think
I don't
him and
need it still to
Chris
this day.
grew up
Yep.
together.
Yeah, that's the
in that
problem.
area.
Because if you trying to be a husband at 17, child, ain't no way you growing up. Hold on,
Yeah.
one second. Let me healthcare worker. Did you want to say something? Um, Margaret.
I mean, still
You can
today,
hear me, Millie
it's been
Swan?
7 years
Oh
since
wait,
my
no, hold
son
on.
passed, and I'm
Can you hear
still.
me?
Hold on. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I was only coming up to say if folks have already spoken, because I think there's a line of people who wanted to come up.
Okay.
Can folks
Yes.
drop down if they don't mind, if that's all good? And folks just wanted Courtney to like finish her point and Tay to finish her point, if they could,
Okay.
and just like go one by one, like each person's thought, because they're getting confused in the chat. I just wanted to come up and say that. Thanks,
Okay.
Millichan. You're doing an amazing job.
Thank you, honey.
I'll drop down, Milichan. I just want to say one last thing before I drop down.
Okay.
Somebody made the comment that we were taking Trisha's side and we wasn't believing Marquez, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think that was the case. Both of them lied, and both of them. I mean, as he was talking, I was over here picking. Okay, You know what my profession is. And a lot of the things that he said was wrong. And that's why I was asking the questions that I was asking, right? Because if you're not going to tell the truth about something as minute as that, then you're not going to tell the truth why you left those kids and then help her raise those children. So I don't think that we agree with Trisha. They both lies. They both lie about what they want to lie about, and they tell the truth about what they want to tell the truth about. They're a match made in heaven, and that's all I got to say, y'all. This is great. Hey, Tia.
Thank you. Thank you.
I got a question too for you, Millicent. And I'm gonna drop down.
Okay.
Did you all catch when?
Hold on, it's
when
like
the
Candy. I get you right now. As soon as she finishes, go ahead.
when the question was asked about Ken and Trisha getting married, he still feels that Ken is going to need him to even marry her. Like, why is that? Why does he feel if you can't keep your marriage together, how do you feel that you're going to help somebody else get married and keep their marriage together? Like, that puzzled me. Why he felt that Ken's going to need him.
I don't know. I think maybe because he does know Trish. Maybe he feels like he knows that about Trish. You know what I'm saying? They've been knowing each other all their life. Okay, come back up, Courtney. She said her internet spotty. But
I'm gonna drop down. Thank you for having me. I was just gonna mention this. I was just gonna mention this one last thing about calling the other man daddy. I actually have been in family court with my kids where that has happened, where one parent is forcing the child to call the new spouse or call the new significant other daddy. So there are instances where I've seen it in court become a big issue, like, don't have my child calling your man dad.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Yeah. Some men take great offense to that.
Women do too.
Yeah.
Women do too. I took offense to it. Yeah. I had to grow up though. I took offense to it. I had to realize I was on the table having her. So I am mommy. Always.
Yes,
so I just got that's how that goes.
Yeah, that's
good night, ladies.
Another thing too. With the father thing. With Trish saying that.
Wait a minute, Courtney, come up. I'm listening.
That she didn't let him meet the kids until like a year and a half or two while they was in the relationship. Well, y'all only been together for 2 years and a half. So he hasn't been in their life to me long enough for them to be calling you dad or for either one of them. And I do think it's Trish and him, because he should have said, wait a minute. Like, I'm fine with you. I'm thankful that you feel like that about me, but let's not do that. Because to me, even with him being or whatever he's doing with the kids now, it doesn't erase the past years that they had with Marquez. So I don't understand, like, why is he like big up, and like we say, like, if your ex or whatever take your daughter on the somewhere trips or whatever, you fine. Yeah, that is fine, but how would you feel if they were saying, well, we taking you to the Bahamas, but Millichan ain't?
Because it happened.
I would have a problem with
that happened. That was my life. Like I went through that. I went through that because it was as if I couldn't do what they could do.
Right.
But what they have to understand is, like, y'all have to understand, I really don't care that much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I look at it like this. If you take they went on a cruise, they went on like a 10-day cruise. Right? Okay, I don't have to go on a 10-day cruise now. Thank you. Right. I appreciate that. So what did I do? I took her to the White House to the Christmas party last year. So I mean, you're not gonna beat that.
Yeah, but how did you feel about them making that a thing? Like, just because they can take her on a 10-day cruise don't mean that you chop liver because that's like something that you can't do at that time, or that's not something that you have done.
But I think if you allow that to make you feel like you're chopped liver, that's something you have to do. Like, if I was insecure and if I felt like I wasn't able to do what I needed to do, or if that would make me feel less than. But because
they're verbally saying this stuff, like they're verbally saying this stuff. It's not like he just like, oh, they went on a cruise and he did this and he did that. They're saying these things as if it's better because
I'm
he
telling you,
not or
Tay,
something
I'm
like that.
telling you, yes. My divorce was ridiculous. I went
Mhm.
through all of that. So it's not much you can say to me about a divorce that I haven't been through. I've been the one that's been talked about. I've been the one where they said, well, like you're saying, she can't do all this. Or they've been in my pockets trying to plan stuff for me to pay because they want to see if I can do this. And if I can't do it, then they run to court. I dealt with all of that.
Mhm.
So, but my thing is, I don't give a damn like that. I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and you gonna stay out of my goddamn pockets, and you gonna leave me alone. And that's just where I am with it. And I mean,
Yeah.
that's just how I feel about it. So like now, but I will say this, Tay, that comes with growth.
Right.
That's not something that's gonna happen overnight. And it's not everybody. Everybody can't handle it. Like it did hurt me. That hurt me for a long time because at one point I couldn't do it. But I was never, even when I couldn't financially do it, I never was like feeling bad because I was happy that she had those exposures.
Right,
So it
right.
Right.
was never,
Yes.
it was never me like, oh my God, I can't. It was just that, well, shoot, I want to take her to Disney World, but I can't do that right now. But we'll go next year. You know what I'm saying? So
They
it's
tried
like,
to do that to break you. That's what
yeah,
it was, and you overcame it.
absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and he couldn't do that. Like, I knew what I could do and what I couldn't do. But like I said, they were so young, right? He's still so young in the mind. And everybody is not ready for that. Just
Yeah.
like I had even told Mel in her inbox one time, like, it was something going on Martell had done. And I messaged her and I said, I'm not messaging you on nothing else but some stuff that I have been through. This is not going to last for always. Now, mine was a long time. Yours may be a little longer, but it can't last forever. So just keep being strong, stick with
Hmm.
it, and just do what you need to do and what you can do and what you want to do. And I said, it's going to all fall to the wayside. He going to fall to the wayside. They going to fall to the wayside. You ain't got to worry about it. So it's just how you can handle it. And if you're mature enough to handle it,
Yeah.
they may not be there yet.
Yeah, I don't think
And
that either one of them are there yet because both of them are very immature and I don't know. It's something missing there. And like I said, I don't be wanting to feel like I'm giving Marquez excuses, but it just seems like neither one of them never grew up. And somebody said it in the chat. I do feel like she's triangulating Ken and Marquez in this thing, and they are in it. And like if I was Marquez, like I would feel away because this stuff is playing out on TV.
Yeah,
Like,
that's different.
don't do that.
That's
Like, don't.
different now. I ain't had that to happen, but but that is different.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah, I don't think that
I agree with
Trish
you.
is
Yeah,
going to end up marrying Ken or even still being with him. I feel like he was a safety net for her. I feel like, it turned out to be help for her. But once she gets on her feet, gets her businesses going, because you can tell in their relationship that, things aren't right, and things that Ken do triggers her. Like whatever disagreement we had, and then you up and leave for 3 days and go stay in a hotel, that's not marriage material, and so that's just one instance that they verbalized that we knew about, so we can only guess what other things have transpired. And maybe that's why she's so resistant on, even if I do get this divorce, it doesn't mean that I'm going to marry you, though, and I
and
don't think Ken.
I think Ken needs to realize that he needs to stop letting these producers feed him these lines because he needs to stop. Because the girl can't even look at him and hold her head up when he talks about marriage. She can't even
Yeah,
look at.
yeah.
She let alone
I'm
marry
so
him.
glad you said that. I was wondering if anybody else noticed that she don't look him in his face.
And if she holds her head up, she closes her eyes.
Right, like what? That's what I'm saying. Like something is not right up here with that because, like, you almost 40 years old. Why are you closing your eyes looking at somebody?
Hold on, Miss Hun is going through a lot right now.
Yeah.
Miss Hun, look, this is the thick of it, ma'am. But it will get better over time. It eventually. It's not right now. You're gonna have to just do what you do and take it minute by minute. It's not even day by day for you yet. So I do hope that your husband, however, how long y'all been married? I hope that he does realize that this is taking a toll on you. But you're gonna be fine. You will be fine. It's going to work out. You have the strength. You may not see it right now, but you do have it. So just take it day by day. Do what you need to do.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're gonna get through it.
Do y'all think that the daughter calling him dad by her being so young, and then Ken has this, I don't even know what to call it, stepdaughter, guardianship from this other relationship that he just took on, and by her calling him dad, that the other little girl, calls him dad, just kind of like following into, this is what I'm here, what I'm used to, so to speak,
Do that.
versus
No,
being
I just think
forced.
it's
Probably
gross that
so.
he that close to these little girls. I don't like it.
Hold on, Courtney's back.
Hey,
Hold on,
Courtney.
but I'm gonna let Courtney speak. But before Courtney says something, I will say this: that daddy stuff, that it's not a lot, but it's a lot the way Ken does it.
Mm-hmm.
When
It's
you
a little bit too
It's
much.
a little bit too much. Like when you standing out in front of a whole lot of people, you talking about I'm a young father. Ken, you're not a dad.
Well, first you got to marry the mammy before you can be playing stepdaddy. We playing stepdaddy with no kind of legal paperwork. We doing the stepdaddy dance, and we ain't even went down the aisle. So how can you be daddy and you really not even stepdaddy? That's the part I don't get, and I think it's a little weird that he's so hell bent. And if you can't have kids, I'm sorry. I do think it's a little he too focused on that man's children. And in my opinion, Trish need to figure out if he gonna be her boyfriend or if he gonna be her man, if he gonna be her husband before we even introduce that whole dad word to my kids. He should have just stayed kin until she decide what she gonna do with the whole situation. Cause say they break up, now it's gonna be like losing another dad
Mm-hmm.
all over again for them
Exactly.
children.
Exactly. Hold on,
Mm-hmm.
Courtney. The people are Courtney. Come to the front, because
My
the
internet went
people
out.
are asking for Courtney. Courtney, get
My
to it, please.
my internet
Say
went out,
something
and I done missed the
fast.
whole conversation.
Your internet went out.
It looked like it
Well,
was
I think
popping
they
off
want
up
some people to
here, and I
drop
didn't hear a
down so some other
thing.
people can
Oh
come
yeah.
up.
Now.
Let me drop you. Let me drop you. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Latoya, I'm gonna drop you down. Okay.
Okay.
I
All
think
right.
they want some people to drop down so other people can come up on your platform.
Okay. Hold on.
That's what the comments are saying.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see. Who else? Who is this? I don't know who this is.
Hey, it's how I see it. Hi.
Oh, no, I see you how I see it.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought you were talking about
Courtney.
me.
What y'all
Courtney.
want me to say? What
I
y'all want me to
don't
get
know.
up here? No, I'm just playing.
What y'all want her to say?
I'm just
We
playing.
want to,
Hold
we
on.
want Courtney to talk about what she was. Courtney can cook some really good
What you
gumbo.
were saying in the beginning when you
Yes,
came up.
ma'am.
Oh, wait a minute.
What
Hold
in the
on.
beginning? Anyway, this is just my theory on Ken, Trish, and Marquez. Again, I think everybody tells two truths and a lie when it comes to their lives and painting a story. I give everybody two truths and a lie. However,
Mhm.
when it comes to Marquez's story has been consistent. Trish
Hmm.
and Ken have stumbled, fumbled, and through their entire story, whether it's the dates of when they started dating, how they started dating, all of that, it's always a fumble. I still think within 2 years of dating someone and having your daughter call this man dad, when he has a father, I think people get their personal, and I come from a volatile. My ex is it's a volatile situation. But what I will never do is use my children as pawns because of my feelings. And I
Absolutely.
think that's where Trish has gone wrong. Just because you and Marquez don't see eye to eye, if Marquez, in fact, as a father, even if he's fallen short in some areas, if he's present enough to say, Trish, I do not like this. I don't want her calling him dad. Y'all need
Mhm.
to have a conversation about that before it's
Mhm.
just final and you veto him out and say, yes, she can call him dad. That's not right. It doesn't matter if you feel like the person is not doing everything that you want them to do. It's still a conversation. These are still both of your children.
And they are
My
children.
dad my mom moved from Detroit and moved to Georgia, and my dad had to parent me all the way from Detroit. I don't know where that concept is coming in from a lot of people saying he abandoned his children. he chose to move after divorce, yes, but he's 4 hours away. I don't know how that equates to I abandoned my children. My dad lived out 12 hours away from me, and I still to this day revere my dad as a great dad. So I don't know why people are saying just because he moved to Atlanta, now he's a bad father. Sometimes a change of environment can help you be a better person when you do change your
But
circumstance and your environment.
Courtney, I think the check with the move. Now he said tonight that he talks to his kids and stuff like that. I think before we've had some new developments, I think before we didn't know if he was even talking to the kids, right? Because all we knew is he stayed upstairs for 9 months. He moved around the corner and then he left and moved to Atlanta. And then, like, when Trish was talking, she was like, I don't talk to him. Now, she said she didn't talk to him, and then she was like, he don't really talk to the kids. Then I'm gonna say, when I saw his daughter's interaction with him at that party, that was odd to me because I think that would have been a little different because she was sitting down when he came in. She never even got up, and when he stopped her to hug her, it was just really odd.
That can, and I believe his story, that can happen when you have age gap kids. I got kids that's 7 years apart.
Mm-hmm.
However, you got to think, if he's saying, if what he's saying is true, that okay, the daughter, the mom speaks a certain way in front of the daughter. She's younger, she's more impressionable. If she's telling her things, if she's making the daughter privy to things that only adults should be privy to,
Right?
then, and she's the primary parent, then her having a weird behavior towards her father wouldn't be a surprise,
Yeah.
because her mom, if in fact what he's saying is true, if what he's saying is true, and
Mm-hmm.
she's telling the little girl, well, your daddy ain't this and he's not doing this, and look what he texted me, and that type of thing, she's impressionable. She's young. She was 7. So yeah, most kids are going to gravitate towards their mother and what their mother says. So if she's doing these things, and like he said, he wasn't really aware of it at first, and now he's being made aware of more and more what she, I mean, that's not a shock for me.
Okay.
The son doesn't have that reaction.
Yeah, but I mean, but she was like he wouldn't come to the whatever, and then she mentioned tonight. What did she say he was doing tonight? She said he was doing something tonight. He didn't want to see Marquez or something like that. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I just don't see where Trish has been. If I have to, when I listen to a person's story, because I know as a woman, we tend to gravitate towards a woman's story.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm listening to stories, I'm looking for consistency. I'm looking
Mm-hmm.
for who's lied the most. Marquez came in. I believe him. He came in midway through. They already had it. They already had it planned out how they wanted to come on the show, how they wanted to appear on the show. So if he's coming in and like he said, okay, she sent me the paper. When I read the paper, she sent me the paper telling me it was for a dance show. But once he read it, it was for a reality show, and he called her and said something about it. I mean, and then that's how
Hold on,
they reached out
hold
to
on.
him.
Queen Sheba says she think I need him to be a bad guy. I just don't favor him. He could be the greatest guy. I still don't favor him the way he showed up for me. For me, first impressions are it. So I mean, I do agree with Courtney. Trish has told the most lies. 100%. A
Even the
hundred
way
percent.
she came on the show was a
But
lie.
I don't see it for him. I just it ain't got nothing to do with him being a good guy, bad guy. I just don't see it. And I
You
mean,
don't see it for him as a person or as a father,
uh,
because I think a lot of what I'm hearing, not you,
probably
just in the
both.
conversation in general, people are intertwining what they feel he's done to Trish, like not being there for her when her parent died. That's a husband and wife issue. That's
Yeah.
not a father and child issue.
Well, I mean, if he wasn't there for the kids, I mean, like if he
He wasn't
left and
there
then
for
he came,
her. She said he
well,
wasn't there for
well,
her.
she did say that. She did it. But I just don't, I think for me, it's just, I mean, tonight, talking to him tonight, yeah, it's a little different. I will give you that. I don't have a full perspective. We don't have a full perspective on any of them. But I will say it is a little different. Now, Marquez is likable. I will say that. But I don't know. I don't know.
And Millie
'Cause I
Chun,
feel like
if you think about it, when did her parents die towards when did he leave. See, he said he started staying up 9 months before he left. He started staying up in a different room, and she had already started talking to other men. So that's why I put
2017,
in
she
there.
started talking to
Put your
Ken.
timeline out of when the marriage truly started to break down. If you could go back, was it 2017? When did her parents die? Because that was the first thing she introduced to us. Her parents died. He just up and left. When they first came on the show, she said he was a deadbeat dad. He just disappeared. Ken showed up and saved the day. That's how the
Yeah,
narrative started.
I
Yeah.
never started. I mean, I'm not digging my heels in because I don't care that much. You know, I really don't. I just don't care that much. I just talk about what I see. I listen to the conversation and I talk about what they show on TV. I don't know what they're doing right now. I'm not going to know tomorrow and I'm going to be on something else. So I don't get into it that much. I just talk about what I see. And even when I get the backstory, if it's not something I really trust, I'm not I'm not gonna get into it like that. But like I said, talking to him tonight, yeah, he's a cool guy, and I think he has some great ideas. And it
And
seems
he
like
did drop some jewels on
What
us.
about
yeah,
He
those
did.
it
receipts?
seems like he
Those
has a good
receipts
job.
confirm
It seems like
anything?
he's really working. It seems like he got some change. I mean, the
Mhm.
man seemed like he had gas money, so I don't know where that came from. So I mean,
Milicha, did the receipts receipt that he sent you? You ain't got to say what they were about,
hold
but did
on,
and
they
I
receipts?
think, and
hold
I
on, let
think
me tell you.
too, and I think too, for me, even for
Oh,
entertainment
hold on.
purposes. Ooh, he
Okay,
sent a
y'all, hold on. I
receipt.
think I can share this though. Hold on, y'all, just a second. Might have to make y'all come tomorrow. What you call tomorrow? Oh, wait a minute, I can't. Here's the video. Oh no, I can't share it. But hold on.
Ooh.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Ooh.
Hold on. Let me tell you. Hold on. Let me tell you what I see. I will say this: it's the ring camera.
And
I, okay, what was the thing about the ring camera? Just real quick, tell me what it was that y'all really want to know about this ring.
he, oh, what we want to know
Marquez
about the ring
supposed to be
cameras?
caught. He caught Marquez on the ring camera,
He called Marquez or
like
King.
some one of the kids
He
or
said
something.
he went,
Okay.
he was over there with his kids,
Oh,
and his kids told him that Mama was dating somebody, I guess, and he saw the dude on the ring camera, and that's how he found out who. So that kind of also puts a dent in Trisha's story when she said he wasn't coming around while she was dating Ken, because the only
okay.
reason he knew about Ken was because he was over there at her house that he paid $5,000 for with his children,
Still
and that's
staying
how
there
he
with
saw
them.
Okay.
Ken
Well, okay,
on
this
the
is what
ring
I will
camera.
say. I will say this how I see it. There's
Mm-hmm.
a I would say there's a dent. I would
Mm-hmm.
say that. So whatever you just said about a dent, I'll say there is a dent.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
where
Mm.
and he also said that her sister died in 2020. July of 2020. Because even for entertainment purposes, I like accurate context. The people know me
Mm-hmm.
know I love accurate context, child. He said the sister died in July of 2020, and he moved upstairs because things were just, spiraling out of control in the marriage. He moved upstairs October of 2020,
mm-hmm.
and
Mm.
the sister
Mm-hmm.
died after the parents. So it seems he was hanging in there for as long as he could. And that kind of resonated with me because I was dating somebody, and probably now I am a story when he meets new women, or if he's married now, I don't know. He probably tells them, I was dating this girl and she broke up with me after my daddy died. But context would have been missing if that's the story he's telling the girls, because while his dad was sick, I was there in the hospital holding his dad's hand, massaging his dad's feet, all of that. And when his dad died,
Yeah.
it's almost like, and it was a long distance relationship. I was in Jamaica, he was in the US. So after the funeral, it was like he just was a totally different person. And no matter how I tried to show up in the
Mm-hmm.
way that I felt was the right way, it was just not received, and that was draining when you know somebody is going through something and they can't let you in or won't let you in to help them, and you're trying every single thing that you possibly can. I was like,
Well,
you're
well,
my boyfriend, you're not even my husband. I know you're going through it, but it's been like almost a year and it's long distance. I'm sorry, but yeah, I gotta take
Exactly.
myself out
So,
of
what do
this
y'all think about
because
what
Trish,
situation.
Yeah, wait a minute. What y'all think about what Pop Wisdom said? She said, "Let's keep
I,
it stacked. This deadbeat
I,
dad storylines is just for real issue. They've been dating since 2015, 16, and 17."
mm-hmm.
I
I think
100%.
Trish said he wasn't there for me as an excuse as to why she started cheating and why the marriage started to break down. He wasn't there for me. But that's real ambiguous. Think about what Courtney
Yeah.
said. Trish liked to give out a little piece. She
Yep.
opened up a strong ass jawline and she'll barely give you a little piece of information.
Wait a minute.
And then,
I agree with Kendra 100%. Trish
mm-hmm,
never should have come to us with this. She never should. First of all, she never should have come on television. Let's just put it right there. There's no
Let
way.
me tell you what Trish did. Trish came on the show. Stormy brought Trish on. That's why I asked last week when Trish was here. Stormy brought Trish on because Stormy does not like Mel, and Stormy knew that she had a past with Martell. That was the whole story.
Yep.
For me, that's what I think, the whole story. Martell backed out of that storyline for some reason. I don't know why, but Martell vetoed that story. And that's what they were going to run with. And that's why Trisha was there as a supporting player. Now, when that fell through, Trish wanted to come through with the I
Deadbeat
got a
daddy
whole
storyline.
husband and a boyfriend
Mhm.
storyline. Now
Mhm.
the storyline that way was supposed to play out as, she was this neglected wife, and that's why she has a boyfriend, because her husband neglected her. So
Mhm.
to vindicate her for having a boyfriend while she's still married, I gotta say my husband wasn't no good. So
mm-hmm,
and then that throws the light on Kim being this super saver. I'm coming in to save you and your family from your no good husband. So when Marquez was
Right.
them for a loop was when Marquez came on, and he didn't follow through with what they wanted him to say.
mm-hmm,
Yep.
Which is what
mm-hmm.
she told
And
me
that's
in the
just what I think.
DMs.
But you
She
know what,
told him to
Courtney?
come on so they
Wait a minute.
could.
Hold on 1 second. How I see it. What you
Mhm.
said, Courtney, I can piggyback because tonight on the show, I saw it tonight for real. For real, I saw it when he was asking her about marriage, and she was closing her eyes and nodding and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And he said, and she was talking about before the marriage, she was talking about her gym, right? And he said, "Well, you got somebody that can do all the work for you because I'm here and I can do it." And I think I heard you say that before, Courtney. And I was like, whoever said that was 100% right. Ken is putting himself in position to win, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
he's over promising.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he drives trucks and Trish wants to open a gym, are you just gonna quit your trucking business to just be
To do
here and make
that.
sure these lights up, the the products are coming in, the water fountain work, the bathrooms working? Like you still gotta work, sir.
And also, I don't do. I think you interviewed Ken, right, Malichan?
I did.
And and he said in your interview that at this point in time he doesn't want children of his own, and I thought that was extremely weird because he's walking around wanting other people's children to call him dad. That threw me for a loop when he
Me
said
too.
he doesn't want children of his own. So then why are you so fixated on other people's children?
It
That
threw me
weirded
too.
me out. And I'm
Cause
not saying
Especially
he's a
when the
weirdo in
father
that
has
sense, it's
expressed that
just
he's not comfortable with that.
yeah, it doesn't make sense to me.
child, they say the man can't have no baby, so
Sure. And what was I about to say about Trish and Ken? Oh, and it also, if you're so unhappy, if you're so just done with Marquez and he was just this terrible person, why still on this episode you're still dragging out the divorce?
Right.
Looks like you would be flying. I mean,
To the
shipping them
Uh-huh.
papers
courthouse.
FedEx overnight, getting somebody to take them down there for you, taking an hour lunch break and getting down there because it's been five
Mm-hmm.
point. Why are you holding off on this? It's not
it's
giving what she's
crazy.
saying. Because baby, if you got on my nerves that bad and you abandoned me, Listen,
He
I'm getting
sound
them papers in.
Right. And you such a
and they gonna
bad
be
dad. I'm signing them papers.
they gonna
I'm
be
putting on
signed.
Usher and I'm signing them damn papers all the way to the courthouse. But I think that she's going to try to stay married to him as long as she can so that every time that this man asks her on national TV, when we going to get married, she has this excuse that, well, Marquez is, he's making it hard for us to get this. I don't have time now. And she gonna tighten up that jawline again and keep them lips and teeth closed and talk through them and just lie.
And I also felt it was pretty interesting when Marquez said that the only way she respected him was when he asserted his masculinity in the most toxic of ways. That was very interesting to me.
Oh, well, I will say this. I hope my hope for Ken is that he finds him a single lady because after Trish said last week when because I was like, how Trish have Destiny over there and have a notary over? She had to have somebody to be there to witness, right? So when she asked her, should I be happy? Should I be sad? I don't know how to feel. And then tonight, and I was like, Ken, like you are watching the show with us. Maybe. Like Trish does not want to marry you. Like this is not acting. I don't think she's acting. I think she 100%. If what Marquez said is true, that it's all about the custody and putting the kid's name and this all this stuff, and that's all she got to do is go and take care of it. You can do that in the morning. I mean, you can do that Monday morning, and before
Mhm.
2025 comes in, we can have this done.
And Ken
And,
is
But
very aggressive too.
But tonight, when she told Kimmy that since she has gone back to work into work, she doesn't have time. Ma'am, you got time to go work out twice a day doing work. Maybe you need to skip a couple of workouts and go to the courthouse.
Get them
and
Let's
papers
listen,
signed.
I've never heard of notarizing divorce papers. I don't know how they do it in Alabama. I'm in the state of Texas, but you can't just notarize some papers and then just take it
no.
down there. I've never heard of that.
Girl, like I told him tonight, you bringing that envelope, you need to stop with the envelope because she signed that envelope. Then she got a notary to sign. Then she signed another one. I've never done that. Like I said, I got 2 stacks of divorce decrees in there. It don't come like that. I don't care what you say. You can't tell me. You can't
Okay.
tell me. I'm sorry.
Can I get your opinion on this, Millie?
Whatever it is, honey. Yes.
Okay, so in tonight's episode, when everybody at the open house, when everybody came into the house, when they were questioning Chris Fletcher about hooking them up, did you notice how when Ken came in the house and everybody was talking and it was his turn, how he started like he grabbed Trisha's shoulder and then he was like pointing his finger on her shoulder?
Is that when he told her to stay here and get to the bottom of it?
Yeah. He
Yeah.
like grabbed her shoulder. He
Yeah.
grabbed her by the shoulder at first. He like put his hand on her shoulder,
Yeah.
and then like he was like kind of tapping her shoulder with his finger. And I was just looking at Trisha's face in that scene, like her body language, her face. I was just paying attention because I just noticed when people touch me, I'm very. You touch me, I don't know. I'm sensitive to touch.
Yeah.
Like
Hmm.
you touch me, why you touching me? Like that's what I mean. I don't know.
Mhm.
I think Ken has a lot of it just was showing control to me, like he was asserting control, aggressiveness. Go
Like
back and
stay
watch
here,
that scene and
intimacy.
watch how he touched her shoulder.
I
And
know that's what
even
you're talking
Ken
about.
accused her of deception in the confessionals.
Yeah, he did. Cause
So
he
it's
said,
like
cause
we
he
don't
said,
know her and we saying she deceptive and this man who's sleeping next to her saying she deceptive. So what are Marquez saying she like what are we supposed to
what he
He's
think? We're
said.
called
just
her
No,
watching
deceptive
the
several
show.
times, but then he'll go cake
yeah,
for it in the next
yeah.
scene.
Cause he was like, it's always something that comes up new, and it just seems like it's not all the way true. Like Ken, why are you there? Do you need a white towel? Like you need to blink? Like what is going on?
Hmm.
Leo says in 2020, same year Trish went to Martell house during COVID. On Facebook, she posted happy anniversary to Marquez saying she loves him. Now y'all remember when when Martell said he was going to the gym and and then they kept telling him the gym was closed and he thought he was going with Big Ari. He was out there going with Trish. Oh Lord. Oh, Martell, you
Lord.
a dirty dog. A dog.
That's why I paid my $20 and I said, so in your opinion, was she getting down with both of them at the same time? And that's
Really?
Baby,
Yes.
that's what
hmm
Trish was signing them divorce papers for. Trish waiting on Martell to come on in like people. That's when she'll sign them papers. She ain't signing them for
I
Kim.
mean,
She'll sign them for Martell.
Coleslaw did say she don't know
Oh,
where he was going during the Ponderosa, but it wasn't her. It wasn't her
she
house.
sure did, didn't she? She definitely said it. So you over there messing with Trish all that time? You got a new baby in the house?
Listen, diabolical,
Oh, child, it ain't worth it.
diabolical.
It's not worth it. It
But
is
I do
not.
also think too, Millichan, that he
I'm
talked
really
a
ready.
lot
Hold on.
about
I'm really
traveling
ready
for
to break up
work.
in this toxic relationship because this love marriage Huntsville. I want to break up so bad. Go ahead, how I see it.
He talked a lot about traveling for work
Mm-hmm.
during, when I guess he moved around the corner from her. He was traveling from Monday to Friday to Texas. So that is probably also a part of why there's a disconnect between him and his daughter, because he was working so much and he was traveling out of town for work. And then in the midst of that, him and Trish, they're going through stuff. And if we just go by what happened on the episode last week of how of how Ken spoke about him
Mm-hmm.
during that party, and
Mm-hmm.
how Trish allowed it while her children was standing there, then I'm of the opinion that maybe what Marquez said about how, she was talking to the daughter at age 7 about him. He said the baby texted him or said to him like, why are you calling my mommy a
Yeah,
B
yeah,
word? Like,
yeah. Wait
that's
a minute.
leading me to believe.
But let me ask y'all this. Did somebody hear this? Because I could have sworn I heard this somewhere. I don't know where. But when Marquez had come in at the graduation party, Ken did want to introduce him, but Trish said no. Trish is the reason he didn't do that. Did you, anybody hear that?
Yes, I
I
heard
don't
it.
Okay. Oh, okay then. Because I thought, I was like, I want to say Ken wanted to do it, but Trish told him no.
I heard that.
Yeah, I heard that too. Why
And
She
I'm
just
y'all
wanted him
mad?
to
Because
blend in with the walls. She didn't
Marquez
want.
said
Mm-hmm.
Marquez said
and
that
that's
was a
why she
fake
was looking
party
at
and
the
he ain't
bottom of
bring
that
nothing.
cup.
Y'all were dragging him.
That's why she looking at the bottom of that cup because she knew what she had done. Krista said Trish is getting military benefits for herself and Marquez. She is not divorcing him. Now I ain't gonna lie, that I still use my military ID. It may be a little expired, but I get on the plane early with everybody else. So you might be right, Crystal. I just don't see them getting a divorce. After I've watched these last 2 episodes, I don't see it. Trish does not want to. Trish does not want to get a divorce because in getting a divorce, that would mean a fast track with Ken, and she is afraid of that. She don't want to marry him.
Go
She does
go
not
back
want to
to
marry him.
go back to when we were introduced to them and it was her birthday and he was talking about marriage. He was giving her gifts. She
Yep.
was so uninterested in what he had to say.
She did not look up from them scalloped potatoes.
And
You
he
ain't got to
keeps
go back.
saying,
I know what they had to eat. I ain't got to go back. She did not look up.
not scalloped
Not
potatoes.
the scalloped potatoes.
That's what she was eating at that table. She was like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I knew then. I said, why won't she look at this man? Why you won't look at him? And she
And
looked
she
at him.
keeps saying that when they first met, he didn't want marriage. So I
That's why
think she
she
was
was
happy to
cool with
play
it.
around and have fun as long as he didn't want marriage. And now that, and I think he wants marriage for the purpose of the show and
Did
the
you hear?
storyline.
Yeah,
Did you
that
hear what he
lady.
said? You need to get a divorce because things could happen, and you don't want something to happen, and you're tied up with Marquez because he knows if something happened to Trish, Marquez got all. He makes all decisions. All
Yes.
you gonna do is
Mhm.
hope Marquez let you come in.
Sure do.
And I don't know if you understand that, Trish. Like if you and I think Trish does understand that. She knows that Marquez, if something happened to Marquez, she got whoever this girl is Marquez talking to, all she can do is attend. That's it. Trish got full reign.
That
Marquez got
too.
full reign. You can't
Maybe
make no decision.
Martell. Why Martell said Ken need to get out of the way? How Martell giving somebody advice?
Y'all done. Did you hear that?
But you know
I
what?
said, nah, I
A
know.
broken clock can be right. Well, is
Twice a
right
day. Twice a
twice a
day.
day, they say. And
Why
I
that broken
think
clock couldn't fix his own
uh,
time?
he needs to fix his own clock.
How he
he
couldn't
need,
tell? How
he
he
need,
couldn't tell nobody to get out the
Marquez
but
the
way?
best.
but he didn't lie when he said Ken need to mind his business for a little bit so that the Burnett's
Can
can
figure it
figure
out.
out what they need to figure out, and then he can come in and play captain, save the day after that.
So what y'all think
And
about what y'all think about Marquez's girlfriend right now?
I want to know who
Does
she is.
Marquez have a
Millie Chan,
mm,
why
girlfriend?
didn't you get us the initial,
Because
a
I did
clue?
not look, girl. I did not want that. On I ain't want nothing to do with that. I'm serious because that girl name come up here, and we get to investigating. It was broke on Millie. No, just go on over there to the inbox. He ready to talk. Go on
I
over
was
there.
I was in the chat like, girl, get us the
Give
initial.
me the
I just
initials.
need the
Tell me.
Mm-mm.
Tell
clue.
me.
It's just some stuff. It's just some stuff, y'all. We just can't. It just some stuff we can't. You gotta say no.
Militia. Ain't no we.
Nah,
Ain't no
I was
we.
like,
Well,
get us
I
Because
the
just
we
I just
clue,
wanted
didn't
to
girl.
know.
I'll
I
put
didn't
it
want that
together.
burden. I didn't want that burden because I'm telling y'all, if she get out there and y'all find out, it's
He kept
another
saying we
it's
know it. He
another
wanted to tell it too.
coleslaw. It's another
he
cold.
sure did.
Yeah, he was ready. But
He
then
was
like
ready to spill it.
because if he really liked her, he wouldn't have done it. He would have just stopped. He wouldn't even said all that if he really liked her.
If he really liked her.
Yeah, if he really liked her, he'd been like, I talk to people. I wouldn't have even said I was dating a specific person.
No, I don't agree. I think it's because he likes her why he was ready to say who it was. And I think that would kind of boost her ego too, because she was in this situation with him where she felt some type of way about him still being married. But now
Yeah.
watching the show, she's kind of understanding that, wait a minute, he's actually been honest that they're done. So
But
I
then
feel
it ain't
like,
gonna take but one person call her coleslaw or
who
coleslaw
called her?
queen.
Nothing. Who
Nobody,
called
because we don't
her
know.
coleslaw?
We don't know. It ain't gonna take but one person though. Oh, this his side piece because she a side piece. Ken a side piece. He got a side piece.
Hmm.
Mm.
And it,
But
so
I
I
think
said
it's
I'm leave that
because he
alone.
really likes this girl, why he was ready to be loud and proud about who she is. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
wanted the clue. I wanted to be able to put it together. I was like, Millie Chan, get
mhm.
us the clue, girl.
I
I'll
didn't
put it
want it.
together.
Y'all ain't got the word. Every story he posts, I'm gonna be up under there.
It's gonna be
What's the
on it.
girlfriend name?
Courtney gonna let us know. I'm telling you, I just didn't want it because I
Look,
didn't want it because I don't. I know how it get out there, and it gets out there, and it get out there, and sooner or later we have the Instagram. We're gonna have the TikTok. If she
But I
even real, if she's even real,
well that
If she's even real, is the
well,
question.
see,
If
now
she
we
real.
won't
mhm.
know, because if he had said a name, Millie Chan, then we would know for sure that she real.
And
because I
evidently she
said,
must be a reality TV star because he was itching to say it.
because then I
She got to
said,
be.
who was that here in the car with in the passenger side was on his best friend ride, trying to holler at me like who is that, Hoppo? Who was
And,
that you was in the car with turning your camera around to? Don't get me started now.
and
People
did
that
he
already
send
said
receipts of that that plane ticket and his rental car? Because when you asked him about them buying him gas, and he said that was a cap because he bought his plane ticket and he rented a car.
he did say that.
Now I don't believe that.
He sent the
Cause who about
receipts.
to give a deadbeat some gas money? If I can't
Yeah.
stand you, deadbeat, I'm not giving you no gas money. Get out my
No,
face.
no. But then I mean, but if it's your kid, if it's your deadbeat baby daddy and it's your kid's
He
graduation,
sure
he's
he
like,
owe me money. He ain't getting no money from me. You owe me some money. You better go.
now they say he either going with Spice or Carly Red or Tommy. Girl, he ain't going with Tommy.
Carly Red got a man. It ain't her.
Who said
It ain't color red.
Spice?
Girl, I don't know. They keep saying Spice in the chat. And Tommy. Now, if he were going with Tommy, we would already know that. So, cause she'd have been posted about that. Yeah, I'm with you, Tasha. He can't afford Tommy. Cause honey, first of all, you gotta have bail money fooling with Tommy. It's a lot of stuff coming along with her.
Tommy not gonna talk to Marquez. Marquez ain't fast enough for Tommy.
Ooh,
Mm-mm.
no, he not. He is not. Oh, that's the
Mm,
truth. What do you think he got to pay back child support? That's why
if
he
he
would be
puts him on
broke.
child support, perhaps he I don't know how Alabama works, but I know a lot of states that, yeah, if she puts him on child support, then yeah,
Lord, that's tough.
that's
But I don't
that
think
won't be a
I
lot of
really,
money.
but I don't think Trish would do that to him though. I don't think she would.
mm-mm, I don't
And it
think
was
so
quite
either.
interesting that he said she got that NASA job through his aunt.
Hmm. I mean, but they was married. They was tough talking then. I think he was
Hmm.
still in that Huntsville. He hadn't moved or anything. You
I think
know?
there's a lot we don't know about his family. I think they're very connected, and I think he definitely comes from wealth. I don't think we have, because he also said tonight, Melichan, that other things that were impacting the marriage was financial because her family was living with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think a lot of the financial burden at the time probably was on him, and that is why he ended up probably in a job where he had to travel so much to make money,
Mm-hmm.
and he's being painted as someone who wasn't providing financially.
I just think ultimately they were young. I
Yeah.
think ultimately they
They
were
was
young
too
people. They
young.
had a child young. They grew up. They grew apart. I don't even think it had a lot of. They had a lot of malice for each other. I just think it's they grew up and grew apart. They were young when they got
Mm-hmm.
together, young when they had that baby, got married.
17, child,
And that
17.
alone would have been a good storyline.
And then she
Mm-hmm.
left. Because when I was talking to Trish, Trish left after high school and went to the military. She did two, what she said she did 2 terms, and Marquez is at home with Xavier.
Mm.
And she was in the military. She was gone.
Hmm.
And that would have been a good story. Their
Yeah.
But
truth.
they had already came. It would have been a good story. However, Trish and Ken had already came on the show as she had to, in my opinion, she had to set it up to where it explained why she was the one with the boyfriend in the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Because I told her or him, I was like, we knew about your business before y'all even came on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Because I remember I heard the new girl coming on Love and Marriage Huntsville, she got a
Queen
husband and a
Sheba?
boyfriend. I was like, a husband and a boyfriend? Who is this?
And
And I
she was
said,
messing with Martell. We heard, yeah, you're right. We heard all of that before we even
Queen
saw
before
heard
her
we
that
saw
story
face.
before it came out. That's how I know. How are y'all now backing away from the story? If it was if it was never a thing, how did Queen Sheba know before it popped out?
I mean, that's who said it
If
because
you
I didn't.
never,
I just remember hearing it before I saw him. I
yeah,
didn't.
that's
I
where I
didn't.
saw it get broken
Okay.
before the season even came out.
Okay. Because I
That
was
new
like,
girl was married.
and they came in
She was
through.
married coming out with her boyfriend, and she had messed with Martell. This before the season even came out.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is what we're going through already. I was like, it's too
And
much.
if she never messed with Martell, why? That's my whole thing. That's why I asked Trish. Trish, Stormy brought you on there. She tried to set you up at the Valentine's Gala with Martell as
Martell.
your date.
Uh-huh.
He
You
Uh,
have
backed
a
out.
boyfriend that has you have a boyfriend that has an amazing physique as well. So why would she just skip over Ken? It don't make sense. You got this boyfriend that you live with and love with. He's in shape just like you. Why would she try to
Hmm.
pair you with somebody other than your man?
That's a
That's
Yeah.
good point,
disrespectful.
Court. That is a great
Yeah, why would
point.
you do that? Why? And then you got him buff. He working out every day.
Right.
Why would you do that?
That's
And
what
it
I'm
was a
saying. That's
very
how I know
intimate.
it's all a lie because Stormy knew exactly why she was bringing her on there. Stormy already had the agenda that she knew Stormy does not like male. So this was another dig to say, okay, look, I know what Martell was doing to get under your skin. I'm bringing
yep.
this girl on, and I am going to expose that she had this relationship with Martell. I think
Mm-hmm.
Trish was because Trish was so butthurt at first, wondering why Martell wouldn't acknowledge her.
Oh, girl, that
It
was
was
crazy.
Martell that stepped away from it.
That was Martell said she should have just followed my lead.
Yep, that's what he said.
Martell said he had to turn the lights off, or if you turn the lights off or something, whatever he said about her. Martell didn't want to be
Yikes.
bothered with. Martell didn't. I don't think Martell thinks Trish is attractive enough for him to pop out like that.
Do
I
y'all
agree with
believe the
Courtney.
part where he
You
said
don't
that?
think what, Courtney?
I don't think he feels like she's attractive enough.
Uh-huh.
He did say that she wasn't that cute. Like what he was trying to say, she cute now, but she wasn't that cute then.
He wasn't all that fine
Nah,
then.
he was saying she ain't cute, but he tried to clean it up because Kim was right there. Like she look better now, but
He tried to
you
clean
know.
it up tonight too, but he tried to clean it up tonight also.
And y'all saw that flashback of how Chris Fletcher was at the bowling alley acting as if he didn't know who
I
the Trish girl
screenshotted it,
was.
talking about who said that? Who
But
said that?
my thing
I
is,
was
what
like,
caught me
what?
off guard is why didn't Nell Fletcher just sit there? This man just sat there and said, your husband, he's on the phone with your husband at the gym telling him what fine women at the
That
gym, and
part.
you just sitting
Yes, you
there.
supposed to be working out. Bring your crazy ass
Why
home.
are you looking at the women?
Because
What?
Nell did not want to be outed that she know that Chris is a cheater just like the rest of them. So
Ooh,
that's
girl,
why
don't
everybody
even.
was looking around crazy. And so and that's why Martell tried to save him because he was like, oh, shoot, she done told too much. But yes, Nell knew what
Well,
time it
that's what they
was.
get. Because now they end up being your cousin. You in there checking out your cousin, describing your cousin. Because y'all just in the gym for the wrong
Wow.
reasons anyway. Because you ain't supposed to be there checking out no
And
women, describing no women on the phone.
but I love how Nell went outside and got them. I love how she went and got him. Bring your
Like
ass
she
in
was
here.
finna do something.
I
Hmm.
loved it. I loved it. But yeah, but Chris and Martell, because here's the thing: when they were at the bowling alley, we had already knew that because Trish had already told somebody that she was Fletcher's cousin. So she had told us that before. Then we got the bowling alley when Martell and them talking about. Then tonight they did the flashback and hit to me some. Who said that? Who said that? You said that, Chris.
Kept looking crazy like he know where it come
Yes,
from. But then when he was confronted, oh, now he got a whole story. But why were you acting like me? Who, me? Me? I said what?
I said
Chris,
that. Yes, you said
huh?
that.
You know you said that. You know you
And
be
then
calling him, telling him.
Martell was about to lie, but he looked up and in Ken's face, he was like, I'm standing right here. I can say it. And so she said what she said, and that's what it was. Sir,
True.
you
Mel
are
is around a
crazy.
bunch of ops.
A
Oh my
mess.
God. Oh my
And I
God.
want to bring it back to something too that Marquez said, Milichan, when he said
Hmm.
Trish said that she was in the house with the Eminem kids. Do we
Baby,
believe that? I mean, I don't want to believe it because that would be just so horrible. But goddamn.
all I'm saying is this. Sometimes I sit there and think about this stuff, and I be like, you know what? We sit here and we go hard for these people. Sometimes we go real hard, and I was like, they
Mhm.
could very well be around there sitting around, the popped open a bottle of wine and listening to us talking about how crazy we sound. That's how I be thinking. So I just try to stick with what I see, child. I don't try to read too much into it because at the end of the day, these people were friends at some point.
Yeah.
But I mean, we do see these relationships falling off. You know, they go here and follow each other. Seems like they don't want to film with each other. Just like Maurice. Maurice is like is a leech, right? Because Maurice comes in here to pat Martell up, so Martell won't finish telling the business. Because we now know that Martell knows all the business. We've always known that, but we definitely know it now. So he's in here trying to Martell, you and Marcel, that's how y'all do. And trying to get them back together so we can get the gang back going.
And wanting to bad talk Melody while he's doing so.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
can't nobody keep Mel name out their mouth. I know she be tired. Oh, I know that girl be tired.
But they have the audacity to tell her not to speak on them and how to speak on them and when to speak on them. Yet
Yes,
anytime she's not in the episode, you can't tell because every single person is bringing her up in a conversation, doing exactly what they're telling her not to do to them.
yes.
Because
I
we
be
didn't
yelling at
see
the TV too,
anybody
Liv.
tonight at any point say, well, Melody isn't here, so let's not talk about anything that has to do with Melody.
They won't do that though.
Kimmy in that whole open house scene, she didn't say, you know what, Melody and I just had a conversation, and I
Yep,
don't think that we should be talking about anything that has to do with her right now while she's
yep,
not here.
yep.
Mm.
And even when Kimmy was talking tonight, she was still being a little condescending. Well, me and Mel are friends. I mean, as much as we can be, or something she said like that. I was like, why y'all got to say extra stuff? Just go on by your business.
Just say y'all are cordial. It's okay.
Oh, child, this is a mess. I'm telling you, this show is
It's a
so
mess.
toxic.
It's a hot
It's
mess.
a really,
Tonight I was
it's
just
really a
like,
mess. But it was
tonight I was
like
so checked out of this episode. Like,
it was hard to look at it. It was hard to review it. Um, it was Maurice groveling and begging for Martell not to tell any more business on them for me.
that's the scene that got me. That was the scene that, like, child, I don't even got time. I ain't got the type of time to
No,
take for
we
this.
don't do it because it's not this. It's not worth
Yeah,
it. It's not worth
I
it.
ain't got the type of time
But
to take
I
for
don't
this.
even know. I don't even know what we could do. That I don't even know what they could do um to make it better. I think this is a show that's gone way too far. They've done
I
way
don't
too
think they
much.
can do nothing at this
They
point.
can't come back with this. I don't care how many times Carlos go down there. You can't come back after this.
Yeah, I don't
Carlos
think they
has
can
gone
do
back
nothing.
to his love and hip hop roots. That's where he's gone back to for this show.
Mhm.
And what's sad is Love and Hip Hop has actually evolved.
He has. It
That's the
really has.
that's
And you
the
know what?
sad
And
part.
it's good. It's funny you say that because when I was watching Bell Collective last night, I didn't say that how I see it, but that's
Hmm.
exactly what I was thinking. That's you're on part with that because the way he introduced Selena last night, I was like, you didn't even have to do all that. You just could have
Yeah.
said Selena, the new Bell, the new Bell. You didn't have to
What
throw
he
all
say?
that.
I missed it. How he introduced Selena?
Well, he was saying, he said something about Selena Johnson, the new Belle. She's extra. So Gucci, is that like the gum? Like, leave the mess out of it.
Mm,
Just introduce the girl.
mm.
A lot of
Child.
people have said Carlos wants to be main cast
Yes,
so
he took
badly on
over that
all his
whole.
shows.
He took
And
that
I
whole
think,
conversation over last night.
yeah, and I think on Bell Collective last night, he actually proved those people right. Like even when he repeated, like I like So Gucci, y'all know that. So I can't take it back. There's some things that she did last night. I was like, girl, I like you. Why you doing that?
Girl,
But
look, real talk. She called me today. She said, "I know." I said, "Yes, you know."
yeah,
Cause
yeah.
I couldn't do nothing for you in that
I
review.
I
You
was like,
had
I'm
me
not
fucked
saying
up.
anything. I'm
Like
like,
that was
I,
crazy.
I like you. I can't say
I was
nothing.
like, girl, this is crazy.
So
Well,
even
y'all,
when he
I don't watch Bell
repeated,
Collective, but I like all the
Eve,
bells.
you do? Okay, Courtney, we gotta talk.
Yeah, you gotta talk. We have to talk to you offline, baby, because it's something else. Ooh, honey,
I
we
like
sitting in the
all the
best.
bells
You
because the
know what?
bells stand on
Why you
business.
like all the bells?
Now the bells. I think the bells is a better show, 100%.
Courtney, we listen and we are judging.
No,
Listen,
we're not
I ain't never
judging.
watched the episode, but I know that I like all the bells because baby, they stand on business. When
I
it
like the
comes to
show.
standing on their business, they stand on it.
I like the show better than Love and Marriage Huntsville. It's a much better
Yeah,
show.
I do too.
It's
But I
definitely.
was saying
I,
last night when he even repeated the Jezebel comment, I thought that was in poor taste. Like
It
I
was
know
in
Gucci
terrible
said
taste,
it,
but
but
he
he
didn't
didn't
have
have
to
to
say
repeat
it.
it.
I just think Carlos is because when I was looking at the reviews of the previews of what's coming up in 2025, and I
Hmm.
saw Love and Marriage Detroit, I was like, y'all really bringing this back?
I don't even know what happened last season. Did they have a reunion?
I don't watch, so I don't know. I'm sure they did. I don't know.
So why are we bringing it back? We don't even know if they had a reunion.
Oh no, they didn't. I know they didn't chart with numbers though. I know their ratings. Oh, I gotta
And
do
I
the ratings.
saw him asking in his on his feed today about a Bell Collective spinoff and where he should take it. Now I'm not gonna lie, I said, one of the reasons why I like why I liked Huntsville was
Mhm.
because it was a city that I knew nothing about. And if
Mhm.
not for Love and Marriage Huntsville, I would not have even thought about wanting to visit Alabama, truth be told. So if he's going to do a spin-off of any city, let it be a city like Wyoming. I want to find out what's going on in the black community of Rock Springs. That's one of the wealthiest
Ooh,
black communities in Wyoming.
girl, he don't know that. You gonna have to send that to him in a
I,
message.
I put it in the comments because since we asking.
Nobody watches Detroit. I don't know anybody that watches Detroit. I don't know.
Shoot, I
Now,
sure
now what I
don't.
didn't see was DC in the preview. I didn't see DC, but I did see a piece of Nell's 30-year anniversary party, and I did see my show. What is it when they the dating show? I did see that Detroit. Ready for
Ready to
love. I
love.
did see that. Yeah, I saw that. So those are things that are coming back next year.
What's her name did say on the Ashley, what's her name? Ashley
Hmm.
from DC said they
Hmm.
haven't been filming. So
They don't have a cast.
yeah,
They don't have a cast. Ladies,
it was fun.
this has
Courtney,
been
we gotta talk.
fantastic. Somebody said I went to Huntsville, not impressed at all. I live in Atlanta, so that's why. Oh yeah, you can't go to Huntsville from Atlanta and think you're gonna be impressed, baby. You go to Huntsville to sleep in that situation. But
I like that little part of Huntsville
yes,
that I
Kiki.
saw, Bridge Street or wherever I walked around while I was there. It was cute.
Lord have mercy. Well, look, y'all, I'm gonna get ready to go. If y'all do have a minute, y'all don't have to have a thing. If y'all want to stop by tomorrow for the Vision Board book review, I would love to have y'all come. The link is in my story on Instagram. So,
Okay.
and I think
What
it's
time?
like 8 o'clock Central. It's 8 o'clock Central.
Okay.
So we'll be in there talking, and I'm working on my guest. I have a guest coming tomorrow, so I gotta get in touch with them. I had messaged Winter, and I know Winter is out of the country, and she wanted to come last year, so I messaged her. So I don't know if she's coming, but I'm working on another guest too. So we usually have somebody come in and talk about the show that they're on, and then we do everything and have a good conversation. So yeah, I like to do
Well,
whatever I
thank
can
you
do.
for
So.
letting me up. I'm gonna catch the replay since I missed all the good stuff earlier in the
Oh
interview.
God, oh God,
I
and
gotta catch the replay, child.
and I will say, like I am who I am, and I can't be nobody else. So I
Well, we
appreciate
love you,
you all
Millicent.
loving me for who I am, and it's just some
We
things get
love
under
you,
my
and thank
skin.
you for letting me up. It was a great,
No
great
problem.
conversation.
It
So
was,
I
and
enjoyed it.
we'll be doing. I want to do some different things in 2025. I want to do some more relationship stuff. So I got to think about what that looks like, but I do want to do that more. I
Well,
love
we'll
that.
be here to watch it. Good night, how I see it. Good night, Millie Chan. Good
Good
night,
night,
Good
Chat.
everybody. Good
night.
night. Where are you,
Bye,
Crystal,
y'all.
in Texas? Bye. Oh, how I see it. Good night. Good night. Ooh, Love and Mary Charlotte. Yes, Charlotte. I love Charlotte. All right, y'all. Girl, not Dallas Prosper. Are you coming to the Millie Crew luncheon in January? It's January the 4th. It's gonna be in Grand Prairie. You have to message me and I'll tell you where it is. Every year. It's the second annual. Okay, I can't wait to see y'all. Y'all, I love y'all. Good night. It's almost New Year's, and I think Hot Topics is going to be Tuesday, but I'll let you know. Talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good evening, and thank y'all for being here. Okay, thank you, Crystal. Bye, y'all.